Everybody, welcome back here. Happy Friday afternoon and evening to you. This is Friday, July 8th. We are talking about severe weather coverage here as we head through the afternoon. Lots of severe weather here scattered about across the United States, and we're going to be covering that for you here through the height of the afternoon here and into the evening hours to keep you ahead of all of the dangerous weather out there once again as we head into this afternoon. We are covering here a severe thunderstorm watch again. The hard hit areas up into Montana here this afternoon. We're seeing a severe thunderstorm watch again for the Helena area, Great Falls, and then moving up toward Havar, down toward the Bozeman area, and then here Missoula as well. We do even have a small severe thunderstorm watch here for the Missoula area as we head here into the next, few minutes or so. So we'll zoom into that warning here in just a moment. But we're just kind of seeing some just active weather across portions of the, the northern plains into portions of the Midwest here as we head through the afternoon hours as well. So let's here kind of get into this warning here. You can see there is a severe thunderstorm warning. This is in western Montana. This is just northwest of Missoula, Montana here, right along the Interstate 90 corridor, crossing right over Interstate 90 here in western Montana. We do have a public report here of the golf ball size hail that was reported near the Y area, or WE. 2-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here is the hazard with this thunderstorm as it pushes off here to the north and east at 15 miles per hour. And this will be crossing over, Interstate 90 here in far western Montana as we head through the rest of this afternoon. This severe thunderstorm here is going in effect here until about 4:15 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time for central Missoula County. So if you live in these areas, definitely heed the warning here, as we could be talking about some damaging straight line winds and definitely some large hail out there as well. Hey Snowies, how are you doing this afternoon? Welcome here to the live stream. Hope you're having a great Friday afternoon up there in southeast Canada. Definitely appreciate you joining. Just going over some live severe weather coverage here this afternoon for everybody that's joining the live stream here this afternoon and evening. So thank you for joining. Yeah, it's okay, Snowies, that you missed the live stream yesterday. We were live briefly yesterday, but we are going to be live a little bit, a little bit more here this evening, as we definitely have some more severe weather we're covering across the United States here. So we'll definitely get all the warnings to you, and we'll definitely keep you in touch with all the weather. In this live stream, I will also be doing kind of some modeling forecasts as well. We're just kind of getting over all the warnings. So thanks for everybody joining here this afternoon, just going over some live severe weather coverage. Definitely like the live stream down below, and consider subscribing to the YouTube channel as well at Weather on the Go. Definitely appreciate everybody joining this afternoon. Happy Friday to you. If anybody wants any requests too on my YouTube channel, I am taking some requests for a 5 to 7 day weather forecast. I know I already got one for the Toronto area. If anybody wants me to do live live weather forecast for you, whether it's a 3-day, a 5-day, or even up to a 7-day weather forecast for you, I can put those at the end of my weather videos in my YouTube channel. I'm starting one tomorrow for the Toronto area, so I'll definitely be doing that for Snowies, and definitely anybody else that lives in the Toronto area here, kind of doing a 3 to 5 day weather forecast. I'll be posting those at the end of my weather forecast videos here that I have daily across portions of southeast Canada. So if anybody's interested in a weather forecast for your specific location, whether it's northern Illinois where I live, or say for example northern Kansas, southern portions of Canada, I definitely could do a weather forecast for you on my YouTube channel at the very end of my video for you every single morning. So I am taking a request for that. So anybody that is wanting me to do so, I definitely can do that. So thanks everybody for joining. We're zooming in here. This is southeastern Wyoming. This is just west of Torrington, another severe thunderstorm, kind of a little bit of a kind of a supercell developing here. Emergency management is confirming that golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gust threat across these areas. So definitely take the proper precautions here if you live in the Torrington area, just west here of let's see here, the Nebraska state line. This is Torrington, Wyoming, just east of the Interstate 25 corridor. So definitely want to heed the warnings here, as we could have some big 2-inch hail with these thunderstorms. That is for sure here as we move through the next few minutes. This is moving up to the north and east here. The storm, local emergency management, like I alluded to earlier, reported golf ball size hail 11 miles northwest of Veteran, Wyoming here at 3:45 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. We got that golf ball 2-inch size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gust threat. This storm is moving slowly, but off to the northeast at 15 miles per hour. Torrington, Lingle, Fort Laramie, Veteran, and Fort Laramie National Historic Site are in the path of this severe thunderstorm as we head here through the next half an hour or so. Getting down here into Colorado, we have another small severe thunderstorm warning just to the north and east here of Colorado Springs, just east of the Interstate 25 corridor here in eastern Colorado. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning, actually, that has been allowed to expire or be canceled. This storm has actually gone below severe limits, so let's take a look. We don't even have a special weather statement, so that is some good news. That storm north and east of Colorado Springs has gone below severe limits. So that is some good news as we move through the next half an hour or so. Snowies, if you're still in the chat, I definitely appreciate you chatting, making it very interactive for us here today. Ontario does not have internet access. Oh, so you can still hear me and see the radar and everything though, right? You can still see the live stream if you're on here. Again, I definitely appreciate everybody joining here this afternoon and evening, kind of going over some radar analysis, some weather forecasts for you guys, getting you guys all ahead of all the severe weather and all of the dangerous weather out there. And if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel or liked the live stream down below, definitely do so and consider doing so here shortly, as I will be on here for a little while for you guys, keeping everybody safe out there. Sorry, I'm a bit quiet right now, kind of looking over some model data here on my phone, and I'm definitely trying to get it up here on my laptop or in my desktop here, so I will show you that here in just a moment, what I'm looking at with that. Kind of looking at some model forecasts here through the day, seeing some potential for some severe weather as we head through the weekend as well. We'll be showing you guys. Thank you, everybody, for joining this afternoon. Looks like we got 3 likes down there, so that is awesome. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. So yeah, that storm just northeast of Colorado Springs has weakened below severe limits. We do got another robust thunderstorm here in far northeastern New Mexico dropping southeast here. A nice hail core with that. We got an 1-inch in diameter hail with this storm. 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. This is near the Des Moines area and 15 miles northwest of Farley, New Mexico, moving southeast at 15 miles per hour. And also, if you cannot hear me in the live stream, Snowies, definitely give me kind of a shout for that. Let me know if you cannot hear me because I can turn the volume up. I just didn't want to bleed your ears out. This is near the Farley area. And also, Snowies, I will be doing a weather forecast video for you every single morning for Southeast Canada, particularly the Toronto area. So I will be doing that for you, Snowy, so I got you covered. I'll be doing a 3 or 5 day weather forecast for you every single morning, so definitely tune into all my videos every single morning when I post them, and they will be at the very end of all the videos as well when I do that forecast for you, Snowy. I'll give you the most accurate weather forecast possible on my channel. Hey there, Wilson Dog. How you doing this afternoon? Good Friday morning to you. Hope you're having a great Friday afternoon, Wilson Dog. Definitely appreciate you tuning in here to the live stream. Thank you very much. Also, drop that like below. Anybody in the live stream, definitely drop that like down below and subscribe to the YouTube channel here. Just going over some severe weather coverage. We got another severe warning here near the Perrington area. This is far northern Texas Panhandle, near the Spearman area. This storm is nearly stationary, 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. So if you live in Perryton, Spearman, Waka, Bryan's Corner, and Farnsworth, definitely consider taking shelter as we have that damaging wind and large hail threat, the 60 mile per hour wind gust threat, as well as that 1-inch quarter-size hail across that area as well. Okay, I'm good. Thank you, Snowy, for letting me know. And also, yeah, I definitely appreciate you let me do this for your area, definitely giving you an accurate reading on your weather forecast. And I'm also taking a request as well for anybody that is wanting me to do a weather forecast for your area. I am going to be doing taking a couple more requests, probably 2 more requests here for your area. So like Wilson Dog or anybody else, wherever you live in the United States or Canada, definitely could do a weather forecast for you at the end of my daily weather forecast videos if you want me to. So definitely let me know where you live and what proximity you live, and I definitely will do a forecast video for you every single morning in my weather forecast videos at the very end of the videos for you guys. So definitely tune into that as well every single morning. So Wilson Dog, if you want me to do that, the 3-day to 5-day weather forecast for you, I definitely could do that for you. Just let me know. But looking at kind of a string of warnings here, severe thunderstorm warnings, it's across southwestern portions of Oklahoma. It has been a while since we've actually had just any thunderstorms or raindrops across this area, so that is some welcome news. We got some rainfall falling across portions of western and southwestern Oklahoma here. Like I said, it's been a while since we've seen this. We got another storm south of Elk City. This is dropping here to the dropping to the south here at times, but very stationary. We got that 60-mile-per-hour wind gust threat and the quarter-size hail here near the Granite, Lone Wolf, Carter, Willow, Retrop, Brinkman, and northwestern Altus Lugert Lake. All these areas could be affected by that severe storm just immediately south of the Elk City area. Again, thanks everybody for tuning in this afternoon. Definitely thank you for dropping the like down below and subscribing to the YouTube channel. We are only 25 subscribers away from 200, so I know we can get there here. So everybody help me out and appreciate it very much. Hope everybody's having a great Friday afternoon and evening out there. We'll work over here to the east towards the western side of the Oklahoma City metro. We got a severe thunderstorm moving southeast here at 5 miles per hour, very slowly. Not a lot of deep layer shear in this environment, so these storms are going to be moving a lot slower here than the storms up to the north today. This is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail for southeastern Washita County and western Oklahoma, northern Cato County, and also southwestern Canadian County as well here in the central and western Oklahoma area. Again, for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and that 1-inch quarter-size hail. So Hinton, Binger, Corn, Eakley, Lukiba, Colony, Fort Cobb Reservoir, Albert, and Cowden are all in effect here with the storm. This warning does go in effect here as well until 5:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So definitely heed the warning if you live in these areas. Again, thanks everybody for joining. Appreciate it. Drop the like down below and consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. Definitely helping you out with some of the severe weather coverage this afternoon. Moving over here to another warning to the western side of the Oklahoma City metro area. We got a severe thunderstorm warned storm near the 7 miles south of Calumet, Oklahoma. This is moving a little quicker to the south at 15 miles per hour. This is radar indicated, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and a 1-inch quarter-size hail. So this includes the cities here of El Reno, Union City, Minco, Cogar, and also Cedar Lake. So again, El Reno, Union City, Minco, Cogar, and Cedar Lake are definitely impacted by this severe thunderstorm as we head here through the next half hour or so. Another warning, this is actually for the Oklahoma City proper area. This is for Oklahoma City Metro. This is a very robust thunderstorm. This warning goes in effect till 5:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time here for northeastern Grady County, western Oklahoma County, northwestern Cleveland County, and southeastern Canadian County and central Oklahoma here. There was a severe storm located over western Oklahoma City here, is moving nearly stationary. Another storm was rapidly developing over the area here as well. This is a 70-mile-per-hour and half-dollar-size hail storm, so this is a dangerous thunderstorm over the Oklahoma City metro area right now. This is for Oklahoma City Metro, like I said, Southern Edmond, Moore, Midwest City, Del City, El Reno, Yukon, Bethany, Mustang, and War Acres, the Village, and also Spencer. All these areas are impacted here by this severe thunderstorm as we head through the next half an hour. This will be dropping down towards the Moore, Oklahoma area and then eventually toward the Norman, Oklahoma and Blanchard area here as well. Again, these storms are not moving very quickly. Some of these are actually nearly stationary. So Wilson Dog says, will the severe weather be, where will it be mostly tonight? It looks like the most severe weather coverage will actually be up here in Montana again as we head towards the later evening hours. We'll start to have kind of a complex as storms develop once we get the initiation later today. But we do have some decent coverage of severe weather again across the southeast, and then here in Oklahoma, definitely seeing a lot of warnings today as well across these areas. So right now we're in western Oklahoma, Wilson Dog. That's what we're talking about. The Oklahoma City area and just north of Lawton, that's what we're talking about. But we do have severe weather across most of the country today, as we did the other few days prior. We're definitely seeing a lot of severe weather. Again, we do have that warning continuing across the northern Texas panhandle near the Perryton and Spearman area. This is again for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 1-inch quarter-size hail. This storm is pretty much stationary, not moving very quickly, so dropping some very heavy rainfall. I'd imagine some hydro issues with some flooding. Perryton, Spearman, Waka, Bryan's Corner, and Farnsworth are in the path of that storm. Again, not moving very quickly. And then kind of jumping over to the west here once again into northeastern New Mexico. Again, this is northeastern New Mexico. Just to the east of the I-25 corridor and southwest of Des Moines, New Mexico, we got a storm dropping southeast at 15 miles per hour. And we could have some 1-inch hail and some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts with this storm near the Farley area. So do heed the warning there. If you're just south of Des Moines, getting down towards the Highway 56 corridor in northeastern New Mexico, watching for some severe weather there as well. And again, anybody joining the live stream, definitely appreciate everybody joining. Happy Friday afternoon to you guys. Definitely drop the like down below and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Definitely appreciate that. We're only 25 away from 200 subscribers. Looks like we got another warning south of the St. Louis area, down towards Festus, Missouri here in far eastern and southeastern Missouri. This is, again, 7 miles south of Olympian Village in Missouri there, moving east at 20 miles per hour. So it's starting to move toward the Illinois side here, crossing the Mississippi River. This is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and that small penny-sized hail, so definitely watching that across these areas. Again, this is south of the St. Louis area and south of Festus, Missouri. It's going to be crossing over the Interstate 55 corridor into Illinois here in the next half hour or hour here as it moves to the east at 20 miles per hour. Then here down into portions of southwestern Kentucky, we got another supercell thunderstorm just south and west of the Russellville area and east of Hopkinsville, kind of right along and south of the Highway 68 corridor in far southwestern Kentucky, kind of right along the Kentucky-Tennessee border here. We definitely have a threat for some severe weather. We got the 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and penny-sized hail potential with this storm. This is near the Elkton area, moving east at 20 miles per hour. So Cave Springs, Keysburg, Dot, Old Volney, Lickskillet, Schley, I think it's Schley, and Olmsted are all in line with the severe storm as it pushes toward Franklin, Adair, and towards the Interstate 65 corridor here into far western portions of Kentucky. Again, I cannot express enough how much I appreciate everybody joining here today. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you for liking the live stream. Thank you for subscribing. I definitely appreciate everybody today. And always, joining the live stream definitely makes it more fun, especially here, the people in the chat, as well as the people listening and tuning in as well. Like I said, definitely appreciate you guys. We got another severe thunderstorm warning. Now we're moving here. As I zoom out, we're moving into portions of South Carolina. We got 3 separate severe thunderstorm warnings in South Carolina right now. This is in western South Carolina, just south and east of the Clemson area. This is for, 8 miles to the east of Clemson or 5 miles north of North Lake. This is moving slowly as well. Again, not a lot of deep layer shear here in this environment, so we're not seeing a lot of, fast movement with these storms. So they'll be dropping a lot of heavy rainfall as well. Could have some, flooding issues. This is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here in that 1-inch quarter-size hail. Again, dropping southeast at 10 miles per hour. So locations impacted by this storm will be Anderson, Williamston, North Lake, Pendleton, Anderson Airport, Sandy Springs, Belton, and West Pelzer. So if you are in this area in northeastern Anderson County here in far western South Carolina, again, south and east of the Clemson area toward Anderson here, crossing over the Interstate 85 corridor, we're watching for that damaging straight line wind. with a good rush of wind coming out of the thunderstorm up to 60 miles an hour and that 1-inch quarter-size hail, again, crossing over the Interstate 85 corridor, so Sandy Springs over toward Williamston and Anderson. You guys watch out for some severe weather here within the next half an hour. This warning goes in effect till 6:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, so definitely heed the warning there. Kind of toggling the radar down farther to the south. This is towards west central and central portions of South Carolina, just south of the capital city here of Carolina, just south of Columbia. We're seeing another severe storm here, very slow moving to the south at 5 miles per hour. Like I said, just south of Columbia, South Carolina, the state's capital here. This is for 60 mile per hour winds and penny-size hail. This is for the Wagoner area, North, Pelion, Springfield, Sally, Perry, Woodford, the Perry Airport, Thor, and Lexington County Airport here at Pelion as well. This storm is moving to the south at 5 miles per hour, crossing over here, crossing over a couple of highways here, Highway 302, and getting towards just to the south toward the Springfield area, and then eventually crossing over Highway 78. So definitely watch that. Then kind of moving the radar down closer to the coast here into eastern South Carolina and southeastern South Carolina as well. Just west of the Charleston, South Carolina vicinity, we definitely have another severe thunderstorm. This is moving northeast a little quicker. This is moving northeast at 25 miles per hour, located near the Givens area at 5:54 p.m. Central or Eastern Daylight Time rather. The Colleton County 911 dispatch reported a tree down near Round Zero. So definitely, already some tree damage with this storm, as we do have that 60 mile per hour wind gust threat here. A good rush of wind coming out of this thunderstorm. This is for the Somerville area, Gibbons Ferry State Park, Dorchester. We have Ridgeville, Cottageville, Round Zero. That's where we had the trees down at here, as the 911 dispatcher actually did report that near the Round Zero area. Also Givens, Redburg, and Knightsville. This is also includes the Interstate 26 corridor in southern and southeastern South Carolina. Between mile markers 185 and 192. So if you're a truck driver out there, definitely watch that here around the Interstate 26 corridor here between the Somerville area and Walterboro here, as we have a dangerous thunderstorm with some 60 mile per hour winds and already some tree damage occurring across this area. Again, thanks everybody for joining. Thank you for being interactive here in the chat. Definitely appreciate it. Drop the like down below in the live stream. That also gets it out to more people here on YouTube. Definitely appreciate that here, as we can tune into more severe weather coverage, get it out to more people. So definitely thank you for liking it up down below. We got another warning here into southern portions of Georgia, and then after this warning, I'll kind of get to more of your questions and comments here in the chat, so bear with me here just a minute. We do have another warning across southern Georgia. This is for 60 mile per hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. This is moving slowly to the south and east here at 10 miles per hour, so crawling southeast again at 10 miles per hour. The 60 mile per hour wind gust threat and the penny-size hail. This goes in effect until 6:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the Fitzgerald, Ashburn, Worth, Terrell, Sycamore, Rebecca, Lolaville, Amboy, Sibley, Coverdale. All these areas could be impacted here. The Irwinville Airport here, the Turner County Airport, all these areas could be impacted here by the storm right along the Interstate 75 corridor here, centered on the Ashburn area into portions of south central Georgia here, well to the south of the Atlanta Metro and east of Albany. So if you live in these areas, definitely heed the warnings for the severe weather potential. Again, thanks everybody for joining. Thanks everybody again for subscribing and also liking the live down below. Just going over some severe weather coverage this afternoon. We got a lot of severe weather again here as I zoom out. A lot of thunderstorms again across portions, especially of the eastern United States. But we're watching some dangerous storms up here into Montana. And I'll kind of move this over to the Storm Prediction Center's outlook here for today. This is a slight risk for severe weather across portions of Montana, getting into western North Dakota and the far northwestern sliver of South Dakota as well today. We do have that 2% chance here, tornadoes across northeastern Montana and western North Dakota here today as well. And then we have that 2% tornado risk across the lower Ohio Valley, kind of centered on the central and western part there of Kentucky and downstate Illinois and Indiana as well. So watching that threat. And then we also do have a threat for some significant damaging winds, especially up here into Montana, where we have a 15% chance here, a slight chance of a 75 mile per hour wind gusts or greater across these areas. This is for mainly the Great Falls and Glaskin area as you get up into portions of Montana. So definitely something to watch here as we kind of have a mesoscale convective system, or what meteorologists call here a MCS, that will be organizing into the evening hours and propagating to the east. We'll go over some of the models here in just a moment. We do have kind of a marginal risk extending farther south here with kind of a marginal 5% chance of wind damage across portions of the western plains down through the panhandle of Nebraska, eastern Colorado, getting down to the panhandle of Texas, where we do have that severe ongoing warnings across Oklahoma and Texas as well, especially the panhandle here in Texas. And then we have that smaller 15% risk of severe weather across portions of Kentucky, getting into downstate Illinois and downstate Indiana as well, with that 15% chance of damaging winds. Then moving over to the hail risk today, we have another large hail potential of that 2-inch or larger hail, that golf ball size hail or larger. I know Montana's been hit very hard the last couple of days with severe weather in general, and we're definitely going to be seeing some more large hail potential around here with that 15% in hatched area, which means that golf ball size hail, that 2-inch or larger hail is possible again around the Great Falls area and Glaskin, getting into far northwestern portions of North Dakota. So we're watching that as well. Kind of a lower signal for some smaller hail and some medium-sized hail across portions of the Ohio Valley and Tennessee Valley, and then a small 5% zone up into Maine here as well, with that small marginal risk up into Maine. So looking here in the chat, let's see here, 200 by Monday at the very latest. 200, what do you mean, Snowies? I'm sorry, I didn't know if I missed something in the chat. Sorry about that. Wilson Dog, severe thunderstorm warning in Montana. Yeah, there's definitely severe thunderstorm warnings here. A new warning in Montana. Let's get to that. Just to the north and east here in Missoula, we got a new warning here. This goes in effect until 5 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, so the next 40 minutes. This is for east central Missoula County and west central Montana. We got a severe storm located approximately 11 miles or so to the west of Seeley Lake in Montana. This is again warned for 60 mile per hour wind gusts and that 1-inch quarter size hail near the Seeley Lake area, and this is moving again to the northeast here at 20 miles per hour. So these storms are going to be kind of apt to move to the north and east as well. We got another warning into far northern portions of Montana, crossing over the Interstate 15 corridor here in far northern Montana, getting up toward the Canadian border here. This is for near the Sunburst area. That's a cool town name, actually, Sunburst. That's pretty cool. This goes in effect until 4:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. We got a severe storm located near the Sunburst area. This is moving northeast pretty quickly here, about 30 miles per hour. We got that ping pong ball size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gust threat with this storm. So over that 1-inch hail potential with that ping pong ball size hail, approaching that 2-inch mark here with that hailstones across the Sunburst and Sweetgrass area into far northern Montana, again crossing the Interstate 15 corridor as well. And as I zoom out across Montana here, we do have a severe thunderstorm watch for the Great Falls, the Helena area, up toward Havar, back toward Kalispell, and then the Missoula area here, and then the Butte area down toward Bozeman. This is all in west central Montana. This goes in effect until 10 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time this evening, so definitely heed the warning if you live in these locations, as we could have some scattered severe weather as we head into the afternoon and evening across these areas once again. So no watches down to the south. We do got a warning in the far southeastern here, Wyoming. We'll zoom into this. This is near the Torrington area. This is right along the and just south of the Highway 26 corridor, crossing over the 26 corridor as it moves to the north and east toward Torrington. We got local emergency managers actually reporting that 1-inch quarter-size hail threat here 5 miles west of Torrington. That was at 4:10 Mountain Daylight Time. So the storm actually has had a history of producing some golf ball size hail. So we've already seen that 2-inch size hail with the storm. And actually the hazard right now from emergency management is actually the golf ball size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts here. Emergency management is the source for that. And that is for Torrington and Lingle. That is in far eastern portions and southeastern Wyoming, very near the Wyoming and Nebraska state line there. So definitely watching that threat. This is, again, down the highway from Scotts Bluff to the north and west here, just west of Torrington. We got to watch that storm here. Also watching a couple storms start to build up to the north and east of Casper, Wyoming, kind of a lone cell here. We'll see if that goes warm and kind of strengthens here in the next little bit. We also have some storm cells here to the west of Rapid City we're watching here. If those strengthen, those could be severe warn for some large hail and some damaging straight line winds as well. Looks like the greatest tornado risk here today, again, is across this area that is not out here, not having any storm action right now. That's where the greatest tornado threat is, across portions here of northeastern northeastern Montana, rather, into northwestern portions of North Dakota. So we're definitely watching that as well. Kind of zooming down here into portions of northeastern New Mexico, we got another severe thunderstorm warning south of the Des Moines, New Mexico area, and just east of Interstate 25 here, east of the Maxwell area in North Carolina, I keep saying that, into portions here of New Mexico. I'm sorry, folks, I'm getting this right. This is moving to the southeast at 15 miles per hour, 60 mile per hour wind gusts, and that 1-inch quarter size hail for the Farley area. This is moving to the southeast at 15 miles per hour. Just generally over some open areas here across portions of New Mexico, so we're definitely watching that. And then across the far northern panhandle here of Texas, we do have near the Perryton area and the Spearman area an ongoing storm. It looks like the warning has been prompted here to, being canceled because the storm has weakened below severe limits, but it also could re-strengthen. So we'll definitely, be watching that storm here as well. The other storms here in the west central portions of Oklahoma here and towards the Oklahoma City area and then near the El Reno area has actually gone severe warned. A couple of these storms here, one of them has weakened below severe limits. That's the one towards the El Reno area and just to the west of there. We got a severe thunderstorm warning for a supercell here just south of Elk City here in Oklahoma. This storm is, again, very stationary, so some hydro issues with some flooding across this area, definitely a possibility. We got the 60 mile per hour wind gusts and 1-inch quarter size hail threat here. The storm is looking like it's going to move more to the south-southeast, but it's moving very slowly, if not stationary, and this goes in effect until 5:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. This is for the areas of Granite, Lone Wolf, Carter, Willow, Retrop, Brinkman, and northwestern Altus Lugert Lake. So if you live in these areas into southwestern Washita County, so again, southwestern Washita County, northwestern Kiowa County, and also northeastern Greer County and southeastern Beckham County in western Oklahoma and southwestern Oklahoma here south of the Elk City area. We could be talking about some severe weather there with some damaging downburst winds around 60 miles per hour, and also here that 1-inch quarter size hail threat. Now moving over toward the Yukon area, down the I-40 corridor near El Reno, the Yukon, Mustang, and then the Oklahoma City proper area, and just south of the Edmond area here into central Oklahoma, along the Interstate 40 corridor, we do have law enforcement confirmed 70 mile per hour wind gust threat and $half size hail. So hail is actually over an inch in diameter, and we also have that 70 mile per hour wind damage threat here as well across the Oklahoma City metro area. Southern end there of Edmond, Moore, Oklahoma, Midwest City, Del City, El Reno, Yukon, Bethany, Mustang, War Acres, the Village, Tuttle, Spencer. All these areas could be impacted by some severe weather here with that 70 mile per hour wind gust threat and that $half size hail across these areas. This warning goes in effect till 5:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for northeastern Grady, western Oklahoma, and northwestern Cleveland counties, also southeastern Canadian counties here as well. So we're watching that storm, kind of a line segment here, a broken line segment moving across western Oklahoma. And I know a lot of these areas would love to see some rainfall here, as some of these areas have not seen rain recently. Again, thanks everybody for joining the live stream today. Definitely drop the like down below and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I am also taking requests during this live stream as well for my forecast videos that I put out daily on my YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing a 3-day or even a 5-day weather forecast for you here, kind of what the kind of meteorologists, like you see on TV do. I'm going to be doing that. I already got a request here. I'm actually doing that across southeastern Canada, around the Toronto area. So if you live in the Toronto area, I will be doing that in my next forecast video. I'll be putting that 3 to 5 day weather forecast across portions of the end of my video, so we'll watch that. It looks like we just got a new warning issued for southwestern Oklahoma to the southeast of Elk City here, so we'll go to that warning right now. This is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and that 1-inch quarter-size hail. Cordell, Burns Flat, Sentinel, Dill City, Corn, Bessie, Rocky, Cloud Chief, Retrop, and Cowden are all affected by this here. The storm's nearly stationary once again, so dropping some heavy rainfall. This is for the Washita County area and also northwestern Kiowa County here as well until 6:15 Central Daylight Time. So looking here at the chat, Snowy says, we appreciate your live streams. I definitely appreciate you, Snowy. Thank you very much. And thank you to Wilson Dog as well for letting me know about the warnings here on the live stream. Definitely appreciate you as well, man. Yeah, you're right, Snowies. Yeah, these storms are not moving very quickly. Not a lot of deep layer shear, which means if you don't have a lot of those deep layer shear, these storms really won't be moving very quickly across this area. That's for sure. Again, if you're just tuning in, we're just going over some radar analysis, and we'll be going over some model forecast here and looking longer range as well, as we have an interesting setup here towards the middle and end of July. I'd like to get out to you guys here as well. And if you do watch my forecast videos, I kind of allude to that as well during the middle and end of July's forecast. So definitely tune into that as well, as I put out my daily weather forecast videos every single morning here. So definitely appreciate everybody joining the live stream here today, and happy Friday, everybody. We got just some general thunderstorm activity across central Illinois, nothing severe warm. We got a nice little line segment to the southwest of Peoria, Illinois, toward the Havana area and west of Bloomington. This is just to the south of the Interstate 74 corridor, and then it'll be crossing down towards the Springfield area here and towards Lincoln, Illinois, Petersburg, Havana. All these areas can be impacted here. As I put the lightning summary on this here, we definitely see a lot of lightning, so a pretty electrical storm across this area in central Illinois. Probably seeing some rumbles, hearing some rumbles of thunder and seeing some flashes of lightning out your door in Peoria. Definitely watching that. And just to the northwest of the Bloomington Normal area here in Illinois, kind of right along the I-74 and then the I-39 corridor here in central Illinois, watching just some garden variety type thunderstorms in this area right now. Yeah, if anybody's even interested in the tropics, I'm going to be talking about that in this live stream, so definitely stay tuned for that. We got Hurricane Bonnie actually in the Eastern Pacific Basin right now, and then it's propagating its way to the west. Hurricane Bonnie, soon to be tropical storm and eventually tropical depression Bonnie, is going to be weakening here as it interacts with some cooler waters. I know Hurricane Bonnie was actually a pretty decent system here, and is starting to weaken to a tropical storm and then even a tropical depression here, and then pretty much nothing after that as it really kind of moves over some cooler waters there in the Eastern Pacific. So we'll get to that as well in this live stream. We got another warning here to the northwest of Chattanooga, Tennessee. This is southeastern Tennessee to the east of the I-24 corridor, northwest of Chattanooga, for just some damaging straight-line wind gusts here. That 60-mile-per-hour wind gust threat with this area here as well, northwest of Chattanooga. So if you live in southeastern Tennessee, hello everybody from southeastern Tennessee in the chat or in the live stream if you're from that area. This is moving southeast at 10 miles an hour. The Whitwell, Powell's Crossroads, Martin Springs, Chimney State Park, Lone Oak, and Griffith Creek, all impacted by this severe storm as well. So this is across southeastern Tennessee. This will be approaching the Chattanooga area here rather soon. This warning does go in effect here until 6:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time, so do watch that as well. And as I do put the lightning summary on here once again, look at all the lightning across middle and eastern Tennessee, basically right along and east of the Nashville area, seeing a lot of lightning down the I-40 corridor here in middle and eastern Tennessee this afternoon and evening. Even some storms across far southern Kentucky as well. But if you live in the Louisville area and up towards Cincinnati, you're pretty dry right now. Evansville, Indiana, Paducah, Kentucky, all you guys are pretty dry right now. Maybe a couple sprinkles, but nothing, not too much precipitating out of the clouds today across those areas. We do actually even have some flood advisories across portions here of, let's see, flood advisory for Weston Knoxville. So if you live west of Knoxville here, you definitely have a severe thunderstorm potential here as well. If you can see some of these storms strengthen, you definitely have a severe thunderstorm potential, but this is for flood advisory. Some minor flooding and low-lying and poor drainage areas here. We're seeing some ponding of water in urban areas here where you have more concrete, so that is expected here with more of the concrete asphalt out there. The asphalt with the concrete So for the counties here of Anderson, Blount, Knox, Loudoun, and Roane counties, all impacted by this flood advisory here. And we got another flood advisory to the north as well, where we've seen some minor flooding here in poor drainage areas as well. So we also, in addition to some of the severe weather today with these slower moving storms, have actually that flooding and hydro issues here with the storms today. Yeah, Snowy's, yeah, such a weird weather pattern. Yeah, we're firmly in a La Nina right now, and I can even show you that we're still kind of in a weak to moderate La Nina. That looks to continue through the rest of summer and into fall, and actually through the winter months as well. So any of you kind of looking ahead to the fall and winter, definitely pretty interesting as well. I have more details on that as we kind of go further in through July in my weather forecast videos. So do consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, as I do long-range weather forecasts as well. So I definitely appreciate everybody doing that and subscribing and liking below. Definitely appreciate it. Again, thanks everybody for being so interactive in the live chat. Definitely appreciate that as well. Hope everybody's having a great Friday afternoon and evening out there. I have another video. I'm going to be uploading another video to my YouTube channel here as we head into tomorrow morning. I will be covering southeastern Canada with my new weather forecast that I'll be doing starting tomorrow for the Toronto area, Toronto, Canada. So if you live in that area, definitely be tuning in. I'm going to be doing a 3 or 5 day weather forecast for those areas. And I am taking more requests. I'm taking more requests for anybody out there in the United States or southern and southeastern Canada. If you want me to do a weather forecast for you, I am able to do so. I can do that a 3 day, a 4 day, or even a 5 day weather forecast for you every single morning, kind of your daily dose of weather, if you will, on my weather forecast videos in the mornings at the very end of the video. So I'm taking more requests. So anybody else that want it, I definitely just let me know in the chat, and I can just let me know your area, and I can start doing that for you actually starting tomorrow. So let me know. There you go, Snowies, the double thumbs up. Yeah, Snowies, you're awesome. Thank you for joining every live stream here for the most part. That is you're pretty awesome. Thank you. Thanks everybody. You guys are all awesome for joining the live stream this afternoon. We got another warning. This area has been pretty active the last few days across the Raleigh area. We have another severe thunderstorm warning there to the east of Raleigh right now. Let's kind of look at what we have here. Moving southeast at 5 miles per hour. So this is crawling southeast right now across east central Wake County and northeastern Johnston County and portions of central North Carolina. This is mainly for a good rush of wind, that 60 mile per hour wind gust potential with this storm. Moving southeast 5 miles an hour. So Smithfield, Clayton, Zabulian, Nightdale, Selma, Wendell, Emmett, Flowers, and Buckhorn Reservoir are all impacted here with the potential for roof damage, siding damage, and that tree damage out there as well, just to the east of the Raleigh area, moving toward the Smithville area here as well. And this will be crossing the I-94 corridor here rather soon, and just to the east of the Interstate 40 corridor here, and portions of central and eastern North Carolina. Again, thank you guys for subscribing. We're up to 177 now, so thank you everybody for subscribing and joining my live stream this afternoon. Well appreciated. Also, thank you for liking down below. You guys are all awesome out there. You guys all rock. Again, if I put the lightning on here, the lightning summary, we're seeing a lot of lightning across most of the Carolinas here sporadically across these areas. So the Myrtle Beach area, just to your west, a couple thunderstorms there. Got a severe thunderstorm west of Charleston here that we'll check on right now. We were just alluding to this earlier. We have a warning here for some 60 mile per hour wind gusts. And again, the Colleton County 911 dispatch center has actually reported a tree down near the Round Zero area here. So there's already been some tree damage around this area to the west of Charleston, South Carolina. This includes the Interstate 26 corridor here between mile markers 185 and 192. So Somerville, Givens Ferry State Park, Dorchester, or Dorchester, however you pronounce that, Ridgeville, Cottageville, Round Zero, Givens, Jedburgh, and Knightsville all impacted. This warning goes until 6:45 Eastern Daylight Time for Colleton, Berkeley, and Dorchester County here across southern portions of South Carolina. Again, I try not to butcher the names of all the cities on here, but some of these are hard to pronounce, so I definitely apologize for that. And again, some pretty nice rainfall, some soaking rains across south central Georgia right now. Again, if I put the lightning summary on here, you can definitely see some decent lightning to the south of the Macon area, getting down here towards the Albany area here in Georgia, and then into portions of southeastern Alabama. So definitely seeing some active weather down there with some heavy rainfall and some occasional cloud to ground lightning, or even frequent lightning here at that across these areas. We'll zoom up here to southwestern South Dakota. We got a warning just to the southwest of Rapid City here near the Hill City and Custer area. This is for, let's see, ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This warning goes in effect till 5 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. We got a severe storm located over Hill City. This is moving southeast at 15 miles per hour, so rather slowly. But we do have a public report of ping pong ball size hail in Hill City at approximately the 4:15 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time frame. So we're definitely watching that as well. This is for Custer, Hill City, Keystone, Hayward, Mount Rushmore National Memorial. So the Mount Rushmore area, getting down towards Stockade Lake, Region Lake, Crazy Horse Memorial, all these lakes down here in the portions of southwestern South Dakota. We're definitely watching this. This is definitely to the south and west here, the Rapid City area, and it looks like we're starting to get pretty active around Rapid City right now, as we have another severe thunderstorm warning here, one to your south and west that we just were mentioning, and then another one has gone severe warn just to the west and northwest of Rapid City here for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail, so that 1-inch hail variety across that area. Until 5:15 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time here. Storm is located 3 miles southeast of Rabai Lake, I think that's how you pronounce it, to the southeast here at 15 miles per hour. Again, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and that 1-inch quarter-size hail. So Johnson Siding, Nemo, Silver City, Pactola Reservoir, and Rabault Lake. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. I hope so. And it's just to the west here of Rapid City and also west of the I-90 corridor here into the southwestern side of South Dakota area. So thank you, everybody, for joining the live stream this afternoon. I appreciate everybody joining and also being interactive here on the live stream. Definitely like everybody being interactive on the live chat. Also, like the stream down below and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm taking requests. Anybody who wants me to do a 3-day or even a 4 or 5-day weather forecast for you, I'm going to be starting to do that here again for the Toronto, Canada area on my new video tomorrow. So definitely tune in for that. My new daily weather forecast videos I post here on my YouTube channel. Taking more requests for that. You guys are all awesome for joining this afternoon. I definitely appreciate that. We're still seeing that storm that I was alluding to earlier starting to gain some strength across portions north and east of Casper, Wyoming. We'll see if that goes severe warning, kind of discreet in nature. Probably not a tornadic threat, but definitely maybe a damaging straight line wind, a good rush of wind out of the storm. Also maybe that 1-inch hail variety if we can see that storm strengthen here over the next little while. And again, up to the northwest here, we got a few warnings here up towards Montana. That storm into far northern Montana has actually weakened below severe limits here, just north and east of the Cut Bank and west of the Sunburst area. That's the storm that had that bigger hail potential with it earlier. Hey, Megan, how you doing? Hope you're having a great Friday afternoon out there. It's loud and then silent. Here, let me turn it up for you guys. I don't want to bleed your ears out. I just didn't want to... Is that a lot better for you? Hopefully that's a lot better for you. I don't want to feel like I'm screaming in your guys' ears today. Hey, weather friend. Yeah, hello, Megan. How you doing? Hope you're having a great Friday afternoon, and hope I sound a lot clearer for you out there. Again, we're at 177 subscribers, so I definitely appreciate if everybody subscribes to the YouTube channel. We're almost at 200 here. We're getting there. We're getting there, guys. So definitely appreciate everybody doing so. We're 23 away, 23 subscribers away from 200. So definitely help me out if you can do so. Definitely appreciate that. Also love everybody who is liking up the live stream here down below as well. We got 7 likes, and it looks like let's try and hit that goal of 10 this afternoon. That would be pretty awesome. Or even 20 would even be better. Yeah, we're just watching. We got a severe thunderstorm watch for portions of west central Montana. This goes in effect until 10 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, so still watching that. Couple warnings into western Montana here we'll get to. This is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and that 1-inch quarter-size hail across this area. Yeah. Why does it sound really loud to you, Megan, or is it really quiet? Let me know in the chat. I'm sorry, everybody. This is quiet and then blaring loud. I don't mean to be. I'm very sorry. I'm trying to fix it here. Bear with me, everybody. I don't mean to be very quiet and very loud. I'm sorry about that. I'm just trying to get the audio issues right here. One of the live streams the other day where somebody was saying it was too quiet, so I turned it up, and then now it's too loud. So I'm very sorry, everybody. Sometimes it might cut out. I am in my basement right now too, so I'm just trying to give you the most accurate weather, radar analysis and weather forecast that I can without bleeding your ears out or without being too quiet, like I'm whispering or something like that, I definitely plan on showing my face. No, it's good, Megan. I appreciate you telling me. Thank you a lot for telling me, so I was aware of that. I definitely appreciate that. I definitely appreciate you letting me know, because otherwise I wouldn't have known otherwise. Yeah, I'm going to be showing my face more, I think, on the live streams coming up probably later this summer. So if you guys want to join in for that, I'll be doing live streams even for tropical weather as well, even, landfalling hurricanes and tropical storms and depressions and all that fun stuff. When we really start to see that Atlantic basin really start to heat up towards the late portion of the year, we'll really, and we have any, tropical weather making, landfall here into portions, of Mexico or even up into the Florida Panhandle or anything like that, we'll definitely be live streaming for that as well. Oh yeah, your mic is glitched out too as well. Yeah, mine I think it's just because I'm in my basement. I think I need to be upstairs, but I have all my equipment down here in the basement because the family's upstairs eating dinner and I don't want to be, loud for them in the live stream. So but usually I do it upstairs in my room and stuff like that, but there you go, Megan. You can do a face reveal for yourself too. There you go, Snowies. Yeah, Snowies. I'm gonna be revealing my face here one of these times. That's for sure. Oh, you got to jump off. You got to go make some dinner, Snowies. Well, thank you for joining the live stream, Snowies, making it more interactive. It's always fun with you around, so thank you very much for joining. Probably be going live tomorrow as well. We got another significant severe weather risk again across Montana and the Northern Plains, so definitely tune in, Snowies, for tomorrow. And anybody else in the live stream, I'll definitely be going live probably tomorrow as well, so do beware of that. Turn all your notifications on. I'll have a video in the morning for you, Snowies, for your weather forecast. So, whoops, my bad. I just knocked off the phone off my counter here. My big hands knocked off the phone. That was that loud crash. Sorry about that, everybody. Yeah, so Snowies, if you are still here, I'll be having that weather forecast for you in my video at the very end of my video. So just watch the video, and I'll have it at the end of you tomorrow. Hopefully you have your internet still, so you can watch the video tomorrow, and I'll have an accurate weather forecast every morning for you, that 3 or 5 day weather forecast for the Toronto area. So have a good night. Hope you're having a great night, and I'll see you later, Snowies. Let's see. Oh, millions are out, huh? Okay, wow. Can't even fly out of Toronto. Wow, that's crazy. Well, thank you for joining, Snowies. I'll have that weather forecast for you at the end of my video tomorrow morning, so you'll have to watch that. It'll be at the end portion. Again, I'm taking more requests for anybody. If you want me to do any weather forecasts for your area, say for example northern Iowa, then I will be doing I'll be doing like a weather forecast, like meteorologists on the TV do, like a 5 day weather forecast for you across that area. So I'm taking requests. So if you guys want me to do a certain area, I can definitely do that, like I'm doing for Snowies here in the Toronto area. Thanks, everybody, for joining. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the likes down there and all the subscribers. Awesome. You guys are awesome. Megan says, hey, want to check out 84,790 for me? I can do so for you. 84,790. Utah, huh? Yeah, St. George, Utah. Very quiet across that area. Utah has been very dry lately. I don't expect any rainfall there for the probably the better half for the next couple of weeks. So you're high and dry across those areas probably for quite some time, unfortunately. That growing drought for sure. And everybody, let's look at the model forecast here, what we're expecting as we head towards later on today. Yeah, St. George, Utah. Yeah, you guys are going to be very quiet here probably for the next, couple of weeks because very dry. That ridge will be continuing to kind of retrograde to the west, and we're not going to see much in the way of rainfall. We might have some relief down into Texas here at some point, but not in the near future, that's for sure. Yeah, I can tell you the heat forecast here after this weather. After I go over this weather model here, this is the HRRR. This is the high resolution rapid refresh model, but short is HRRR, and we're definitely watching the potential for some storms growing upscale as we head into this afternoon across eastern Montana. You can see kind of an MCS cluster here, a line of storms pushing to the east across eastern Montana. That's into the overnight hours, and that's where we could have that significant, 75 or greater type of wind damage threat across that area. So be on the lookout there if you live in eastern Montana or even far southern Canadian prairies here. And then kind of moving along toward your Friday or the Saturday morning, that'll start to kind of bow out a little bit at times, and then we'll have that move into western and western portions of North Dakota here, and that's where we could have that wind damage threat continue into your Saturday morning. So kind of before dawn, we could definitely have that before the sun does rise, and that large hail, that 2-inch or larger hail threat, the heavy rain threat, all that lightning out there, definitely very active across portions of eastern Montana and western Dakotas, especially western North Dakota, as we head toward that period as well. And then as we head towards Saturday morning, that'll start to weaken here as it kind of the boundary layer starts to stabilize here as it kind of outpaces its own instability as we head toward the morning hours, and that kind of the low-level jet starts to weaken as well. Because we'll have a low-level jet, I think, pointed toward the northern plains this afternoon and evening, so that'll kind of feed into some of these storms as well. But then actually, as we get towards Saturday morning, toward the midday hours, we'll start to lose all that instability a little bit, especially that low-level jet kind of, punching into these storms will kind of lose that threat as well. Yeah, thanks everybody for joining. Thank you guys so much for joining. Appreciate it. Thanks everybody for the likes, and thanks everybody for the subscribers down below, subscribers. Yeah, speaking of the heat, Megan, we are going to be talking about that right now. Let's see here. The heat looks like as we head towards the middle of July, let's kind of look toward the medium range, I guess you could say, the medium range forecast here. If anybody's wondering what could happen down the pike here the next couple weeks, the Climate Prediction Center is putting out a forecast for the next 6 to 10 days here that just came out here this afternoon for the July 14th through the 18th time frame and probably beyond. A very likely, very likely probability here of above normal or even well above normal temperatures across most of the western United States here west of the Mississippi River. So if you live west of the Mississippi River here from the Midwest to the deep south and westward, you're probably going to be seeing a lot of that heat start to build as you head towards the middle and end of July. So definitely a lot of pool weather out there, a lot of sprinkler weather if you want to run through the sprinkler. You have a lot of that. Slip and slides, I know a lot of people like to get into that as well. You'll have opportunities for that as we head especially towards the middle and late portion of July as well, as we have all this heat starting to expand. Now you see a little bit of a signal here on their forecast, the Climate Prediction Center's forecast across the Carolinas into the southeast, slightly below normal temperatures. That doesn't mean it's cold by any means. It's kind of below normal for July standards here is what that means. And probably be talking about some tropical rainfall moving up into the areas. Probably not any storms. Still seeing a very quiet, Atlantic, Caribbean, and Gulf of Mexico still right now. Actually, the Gulf of Mexico is getting really warm right now, and I'm kind of concerned as we get toward the August time frame. As the Gulf of Mexico really starts to warm up, we have ocean temperatures into the 80s and even near 90 degrees here near the coastal Gulf of Mexico, and that's very concerning for rapid development if we can get a system up into that area here. I'll show you that here in a moment as well. But kind of backing off here, this is what you can expect for precipitation-wise during that period with all the heat to the west. We could have the monsoon season continue here across portions of the Four Corners, and then actually for the St. George area, I know that was mentioned here by Megan in the chat. You definitely could be seeing some above normal precipitation probabilities across portions of much of Utah, the Salt Lake City area, getting down towards the Phoenix area here as we head towards the middle of July. So the signal is there for that, the monsoon season to really start to heat up continuously towards the end of July here. So that is some good news. Also of note here is a big signal here from the Climate Prediction Center as well for slightly to even much below average in precipitation across much of the Ohio Valley, and unfortunately the agriculture belt here in the Corn Belt across these areas where they really need some of the rainfall. We're starting to see more of that drought expand. I'll show you that also here in a minute. We're definitely not going to be seeing much of that here during that 14th through 18th period as well. And like I said, with all that cooler, the signal for the slightly below normal temperatures across the Carolinas down through the Gulf Coast and especially the Southeast, you're definitely seeing here a signal of at least slightly above normal precipitation during that July 14th through 18th period here as well. And then even looking a little farther, I know we don't like to look too far, but the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook also came out today, and July 16th through even the 22nd. So now we're starting to get into that third week in July, and we're really starting to see that heat expand. Most of the contiguous United States here, the U.S. mainland, is really going to be heating up as we head towards the third week in July. So definitely talking about some midsummer, the dog days of summer out there for sure. And then even the precipitation forecast for that is also looking here below normal around the agriculture belt, also getting down towards the Texas region, especially North Texas during that period as well, with the monsoon season continuing here towards the July 22nd period. So thanks everybody for joining. Definitely appreciate it out there. Yeah, basically a big hot tub. Yeah, Mother Nature's hot tub out there. That's for sure. Yeah, seeing a lot of heat out there for sure towards the middle and end of the month here. And everybody wanting to know, this is a tropical storm. I think it's a tropical storm now. Let me look here. Yeah, tropical storm. This is a tropical storm Bonnie. Very small system here across the open waters of the Eastern Pacific right now. That's what we're watching here. Seeing a small system. This was actually once a kind of a bigger hurricane. Now has really started to move over some cooler waters here in the Eastern Pacific. Seeing a lot of shear starting to approach its area as well, as you see all that winds coming down from the north here. Definitely getting into more of a sheared environment. That's for sure. Bonnie was a hurricane. Bonnie was a hurricane. She's actually a tropical storm now. She's actually going to weaken to a tropical depression and then probably vanish as we head to the next few days, because it's really starting to move into cooler waters, and there's a lot of upswelling across the Eastern Pacific as well. So that is actually probably going to cause eventually the Eastern Pacific to start to relax a little bit, and then I think it's the Atlantic's turn as we head towards late July into early August. We'll really start to heat up the tropical season across the Atlantic, the Caribbean, and portions of the Gulf of Mexico as well as we head towards that period of late July into early August. So that's something we'll watch. And look at the heat, folks. I was looking at this morning and I thought the GFS was off its meds. Look at the middle of the month here, the GFS. This was the 12Z run, and I almost fell over in my chair when I woke up this morning and I was looking at the weather forecast models here, because I always look at the weather forecast models before I make my videos, of course. And looking here at the 14th of the month here, this is what the GFS is forecasting for temperatures here in the Midwest. Now, take this with a grain of salt. This is for trends. This is not exactly verbatim. None of these models are for verbatim. But as we move towards the 15th time frame, look at the expansion of all the 100-degree heat on the GFS. And if you think that's crazy, just wait until I move it even farther. Look at that here, 110 all the way up into portions of Nebraska and northwest Kansas. That's what the GFS was showing on the 16th of the month here at the 12Z run today. That was crazy. And even crazier yet, the GFS was showing, look at the heat wave towards the 18th, the 19th, the 20th. I mean, look at that. I mean, that is insane. And the GFS was showing this morning, and like I said, I about fell off in my chair. I was like, 112 in western Minnesota. There's no way. So yeah, you got to take some of these models with a grain of salt. Now, if it's showing it, there's a potential. And I know Snowy's probably is not on the live stream anymore, but we definitely could see some heat up into portions of Toronto towards late July. And look at what it is spitting out for the 20th of the month. I mean, folks, 116. Are you kidding me? In southeastern Iowa is what that is showing. Now, that is not verbatim. Again, this is just a trend. We'll have to wait and see. But look at the widespread 115-degree temperatures in Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas during this period, and even southern Iowa. Now, this is the GFS's 12 run, and I thought this thing was out to lunch this morning when I looked at this. That is just insane. Now, looking kind of at the European weather forecast model during that same type of period as well, not as big of a signal here of a heat wave, but definitely some widespread 100s toward the middle of the month. And that kind of does go along with the Climate Prediction Center's forecast. So we'll have to, wait and see for that as well. With a big high pressure system centered across the, retrograding to the Four Corners region. And that's where we have all that heat. So that's something to watch. Like I said, when I go back to the GFS and I see temperatures like this, are you kidding me? The GFS is putting 116 on, this is the 18Z. Okay, this is the new run, the 18Z, still showing a major heat wave. I mean, folks, this is the 18Z, an update from this morning, but even the 12Z was showing a heat wave of 116 across southeastern Iowa on the 21st of this month. I know it's a couple weeks away, but folks, I mean, this is insane. I looked at this morning. So we'll keep an eye on it for you. The dog days of summer, as we call it, starting to get a little closer towards late July and through August. I think I call dog days of summer usually between about the 20th of July and about the 15th of August. Usually that's kind of the hottest period of summer usually across most of the United States for the most part. That's when the maturing corn crop and the maturing crops in the agricultural belt really mature, and that's where you have that evapotranspiration, all of that corn sweat, as they call it, and that's where you have those higher dew points. But even look at this, 116 in southeastern Iowa on the 21st on the GFS run at 12Z. And then if we go back towards the 18Z, it's not quite there yet, but getting to the 20th, I mean, it's still showing a signal of 110 and even 112 degrees in central Kansas. So that is just that is crazy. I think the GFS is out to lunch right now. We'll have to wait and see what happens as we get a little closer. I'll of course have updates with this as we get closer here towards that period of time on my daily weather forecast updates that I put out on my YouTube channel. So definitely subscribe to the channel. We're up to 178 subscribers, so we're getting there. We're getting there. We're almost up there. We got 22 more to go. 22 more subscribers to get to 200. So I definitely appreciate everybody joining today, and I appreciate everybody, liking the live stream down below. Looks like we hit our goal of 10, so that's some good news there. The GFS. I'm on Tropical Tidbits right now. That's the website I'm using right now. TropicalTidbits.com. But yeah, that's crazy. I just wanted to pass along just the heat wave the GFS is showing. Again, I'll show it one more time. I know I've been ranting on about this, but look at the heat wave. If we have 112 degree temperatures up into central Minnesota on the 20th of this month, that would just be insane to me. And the GFS here at 12Z was showing 116. And if I take a sounding here, it was showing 118 degrees in southeastern Iowa on the 21st is what the GFS was showing. It's forecasting at 12Z. And then if I go to 18Z, the recent update, it still shows the heat wave, but not as intense. But still, I mean, 110 to 115 degree heat is still nothing to laugh at. That is some serious heat. And the signal is still there on the GFS. The European model, as I go to the European model, still a very highly regarded model across the model suite of the long range. And it's still showing daily high temperatures across Texas and Oklahoma here as we get toward the middle of the month, kind of going along with the Climate Prediction Center's forecast with that well above normal temperatures here. You can see that as we head towards the middle of the month period. You can see the above normal signal there for some temperatures, and I expect the probabilities to probably go up as we get a little closer, as we're kind of far out right now. The probabilities from the Climate Prediction Center are, medium at best, 50 to 60% or so. But we're definitely going to be considering probably some higher probabilities once they get closer here. But definitely the signal is there for another major heat wave, and this time it'll actually be across the entire United States for the most part as we head towards late July. So if you have been missing the summer heat across anywhere in the U.S., we're definitely going to be talking about some major summertime heat as we get towards middle and late portions of July. At least the signal's there now And that could eventually set up another active severe weather track across southern Canada and the Great Lakes as we head towards that period as well. And then once this heat breaks down, I mean, who knows what could happen with the La Nina in place. We could be talking about more derechos, so we'll definitely have to kind of wait and see as we're kind of approaching. We're slowly approaching here, about a month or so away, a month and 2 days away from the Iowa 2020 August 10th derecho. That was the one that produced that 140 mile per hour derecho across portions of Iowa. So that was something. That's the anniversary of that is coming up rather soon, in a month and 2 days from now. Again, this is radar analysis here. We have a kind of a smaller storm starting to gain strength, crossing the Interstate 15 corridor in northern Montana, south of Shelby. This is for 60 mile per hour wind gusts and that half dollar size hail, so just slightly over an inch, so about 1.25 inches in diameter for hail here. This is moving northeast at 35 miles per hour, so a decent speed. This goes in effect until 5:45 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. This is for northeastern Pondera County and southeastern Toole County here in north central Montana. Again, Conrad, Devon, Dunkirk, Galata, and Ledger are all impacted by this severe thunderstorm for the 60 mile per hour wind gusts and that 1 to 1.25 inch size hail, that quarter to half dollar size hail with this storm, crossing over the Interstate 15 corridor here, just south of Shelby within the next few minutes or so. Looks like we got another warning just to the east of the Helena area, or right over Helena here in the Montana area. This storm is actually moving a little bit slower, so kind of more of a signal for some flash flooding. Let's see here. Severe thunderstorm located over East Helena or near Helena is moving northeast at 25 miles an hour. Helena, East Helena, Montana City, Black Sandy State Park, York, and Goose Bay are all impacted by the 60 mile per hour wind and 1 inch size hail, that quarter size hail potential. Also, the hazard of localized flash flooding is possible as well, as we could have some very heavy and torrential rains with this thunderstorm here over the next few minutes or so. This warning goes in effect here until 5:45 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, so the next 45 minutes or thereabouts. Again, we got a severe thunderstorm watch across central and western Montana. It goes in effect till 10 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, so we're definitely watching that potential as well. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to the live stream this afternoon and evening. Definitely appreciate it. I guess we can call it the evening now, as it's central time. At least where I live, it's after 6 o'clock. I live in northern Illinois, so have all types of weather here as well. We actually had some rain today. Some good news is we're starting to build into that drought again. We just got out of a moderate drought. Now we're just kind of getting back into one again, it seems. Kind of moved down here to northeastern New Mexico, just to the west of Interstate 25 in New Mexico here. Again, northeast New Mexico, we're watching a storm here. 60 mile per hour wind gusts and the half dollar size hail. So again, the 1.25 inch in diameter hail with this storm, the half dollar size hail. This is toward Ocate and Rayado. I think it's Rayado, these areas. This storm is going to move directly over Cooks Peak burn scar. So if these areas could have some runoff as well with some heavy rainfall. This is for north central Mora County and southwestern Colfax County here in northeastern New Mexico. Again, west of the Interstate 25 corridor, west of Springer. Definitely watching out for this potential as well. Thanks to everybody that has joined the live stream this afternoon. Thanks to everybody who has liked the live stream. If you have not liked the live stream or pressed the like button or smashed the like button down below, definitely do so now. Also subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. We're up to 178 subscribers, just 22 away from 200, my goal here. So definitely please help me out in hitting my goal at 200 would be very much appreciated. Again, I put out daily weather forecast videos here on my YouTube channel. So I'll be doing one for Toronto, Canada here as well, starting at the end of my video tomorrow, along with the whole, coast to coast along the United States. So stay tuned for that. Will Utah ever get a derecho? Utah is kind of in an unfavorable kind of location in the United States for a derecho. It's not impossible, but I think with more of the corn crops across, the agricultural or corn belt, as we call it, and the Midwest, where we have all that corn growing, you have a lot more moisture, and derechos like moisture and they like heat. So probably, we'll stay away from that, but it is not possible. I think there's been derechos across the western United States, before. It's probably been a while, but it's happened before, I do believe. Probably not the progressive derechos, not like the ones in Iowa that we saw a couple years ago, but definitely something that we'll have to watch over the next, few years to see kind of where these derechos start to set up. Right now, the frequency of derechos has increased at least this year across the Midwest, especially the upper Midwest. We just had a derecho in South Dakota and into northwest Iowa just the other day, and then one earlier in the season with another moderate risk across portions of Minnesota and South Dakota again. So those areas, some of those areas have seen 2 derechos just this year alone. So that is something interesting to point out, kind of a fun fact for all you guys on the chat or in the channel right now. St. George, you guys are going to get pretty hot, probably pretty hot over the next several days or so. I'm sure you guys are going to be sweating it out over there in Utah with all that heat coming in here from that ridge of high pressure. Definitely going to be sweating it out pretty soon, I'm sure. With all the Climate Prediction Center's forecasts are usually pretty accurate. And so are my forecasts as well. I give you a most accurate weather forecast reading here as well. You can join my my live stream here as well. You can also join me here on my YouTube channel for my videos I upload here in the mornings. Definitely, I go over hours and hours of model data before I put out my videos for sure. So we got another severe thunderstorm warning again. This is for just to the south and east of Elk City. A pretty nasty looking supercell here. This is for 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter size hail until 6:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Cordell, Burns Flat, Centennial, Dill City, Corn, Bessie, Rocky, Cloud Chief, Retrop, and also Cowden. Again, until 6:15 Central Daylight Time. So probably the next 7 minutes this morning will expire. That 1-inch size hail, that quarter size hail, and that 60 mile per hour wind gusts for Washita County and also that northwestern Kiowa County here as well. Definitely watch out for that potential. Also some flash flooding as well. This storm is actually moving very slowly as well. It's actually moving very slowly, kind of moving to the south and east here, less than 5 miles an hour. So it's pretty much stationary, dropping all that heavy rainfall. Then we're seeing a severe thunderstorm right over the city, the downtown area here of the Oklahoma City metro. We're seeing a couple warnings here as well. We're seeing 70 mile per hour wind gusts and some 1-inch quarter size hail here. This storm is actually moving, very slowly as well, if not stationary. Severe thunderstorm located over southwestern Oklahoma City, basically right over Oklahoma City proper right now, or near the fairgrounds. It's pretty much stationary, producing the 70 mile per hour wind gust potential and that quarter size hail, that 1-inch hail that we look for in severe weather. That's definitely what we see for Oklahoma City, Moore, Oklahoma, Midwest City, Dell City, Bethany, Spencer, Valley Brook, Tinker Air Force Base, Forest Park, Lake Aluma, and Smith Village. This goes in effect till 6:15 here as well. For southwestern Oklahoma County and northwestern Cleveland County here. So for the next few minutes, could be expecting that 70 mile per hour hail threat, or 70 mile per hour wind threat and a hail threat here as well. It appears we got some storms trying to fire up. Let's put it on the lightning summary here. We got some storms just to the east of Wichita Falls, a little cell here right along the Red River. So I guess we're trying to see some rainfall, try to get out into portions of the drought-stricken areas here of northwest Texas and the Texas Panhandle, but nothing drought-busting, that's for sure. Not going to see any soaking rains, just a quick downpour or a quick shower here and there, maybe a thunderstorm. That's about it. We'll see as we get closer towards the peak of hurricane season, and I think the only hope for Texas getting out of a major drought here in the short term would be probably a major tropical system moving in from the Gulf. Otherwise, that would kind of, the consequence of that would probably be more wind and hail, or wind, hail with the storms, and probably even some heavy rain as well. Get another warning here into northwestern and western Oklahoma here. Again, 70 mile per hour wind gusts and that 1-inch quarter size hail is the potential here. Moving southeast at 5 miles per hour, so 9 miles east of Camargo. Definitely watching this for Taloga, Leedy, Camargo, and Putnam. This is the areas here impacted. Very slow moving. This is until 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time for southern Dewey County and northwest Oklahoma. So we could have that 70-mile-per-hour wind gust threat as well as that 1-inch hail threat as well. We are watching a pretty gnarly-looking storm here as well into northeast Texas Panhandle. Was severe warned to the north and east of Amarillo earlier today. Has actually kind of gone below severe limits. Let's see if there's any kind of special weather statement with it. There actually is a couple here. We got a storm across the Oklahoma and Texas border here that could be producing that wind gust threat up to 50 miles an hour here, also nearly stationary. So these storms are moving very slowly, if not stationary, just due to the fact that there's kind of a signal for lower, weaker deep layer shear across this environment. So we don't have a lot of a push from these storms once they develop. We have another special weather statement for wind gusts of 50 to 55 mile per hour and that nickel-size hail potential. The storm's moving southeast at 20 miles per hour. So Canadian, Miami, Wolf Creek Park, Glacier, and also Laura are all impacted by the storm. And the northern and northeasternmost portion of the Texas Panhandle here for the next few minutes or so. This goes in effect here until about 6:15 Central Daylight Time. Definitely watching that here next few minutes. We'll see if that one gains strength. If it does, we could have another severe thunderstorm warning with that as well. And of course, since we're talking heat, as we zoom out, look at all of the heat advisories and the excessive heat warnings across the Dixie Alley region and towards the Ozarks region here up into Missouri. A lot of heat advisories, a lot of excessive heat warnings from the Dallas area, getting over towards Shreveport, Jackson, Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee, Nashville, all the way up to St. Louis here, the Ozarks region, the Ozarks Plateau here, the foothills of the Missouri, and then getting all the way back to the west toward the Oklahoma City and Tulsa areas as well as even southeastern portions of Kansas. So very, very much so in the kind of right in the middle of all that heat out there. I definitely appreciate everybody joining here today. You got to go, Megan. Well, thank you for joining. I definitely appreciate you joining. Definitely have a great night out there. Definitely appreciate you joining, making the chat more interactive. Thanks for everything you do. You make a good professor. Well, I appreciate your kind words, Megan. I appreciate your kind words. That is, thank you very much for that. Hope you have a good night. Again, thanks everybody for joining the live stream here today. I hope everybody's having a great Friday evening out there. Just covering some severe weather. We got another warning to the south, far southwest here of the St. Louis area, west of Farmington, Missouri. This is in southeast Missouri, so far southeast Missouri. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail, so it's kind of a lower-end severe threat here, but still some 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts can still do some damage. This is near the Bismarck, Missouri area, moving east at 25 miles an hour. So it will be crossing towards the over the Farmington area and then approaching the Interstate 55 corridor here across the foothills of the portions of Missouri and then into southern and downstate Illinois as we head towards the next hour or so. Still watching some heavier, taller top storms across portions of southwestern Illinois. A lot of lightning with these storms as well, south of St. Louis here toward the Nashville, Illinois area, Pinckneyville, and then down across here the border here into southeastern Missouri. Definitely seeing a lot of lightning here. Very electrical thunderstorms for sure with all that heat and instability out there tonight. And then to the north across central Illinois or south central Illinois, south of Peoria toward the Springfield, Illinois area here toward the the capital of Illinois, Springfield. We definitely have quite a few thunderstorms around this area as well. So definitely watching that here to the west of Decatur and then toward the Springfield, Illinois area. Again, south of Peoria, south of the I-74 corridor in Illinois. Again, if you're just joining the live stream, I definitely appreciate everybody joining. If you have not already, like the live stream down below and also subscribe to the YouTube channel here as well so you can benefit off my weather forecasts. I put out daily weather forecasts on my YouTube channel for the most part, every single morning. So if you could benefit from that, I definitely could help you out there. I put out some accurate weather forecasts, that's for sure. Again, zooming out here, giving you the big picture of what it looks like here this afternoon. We got all that severe weather up into Montana. We got some sporadic severe weather across the Colorado area, getting into portions of New Mexico. At times down into portions of the Texas Panhandle, but most of the concentrated, scattered severe weather is across west central portions of Oklahoma, including the Oklahoma City metro area. And just to your north, still got that warning It goes for the next 15 minutes till 6:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Again, this is a stationary storm, so it's not moving very quickly at all, if it's moving at all. It's for northwestern Oklahoma County. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and nickel-size hail is a potential here, so good rush of wind from the storms. So Oklahoma City, Edmond, Midwest City, War Acres, The Village, Spencer, Nichols Hills, Forest Park, and Lake Aluma are all impacted by this storm here until 6:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So watch out for that. And also, we already mentioned those severe warnings to the west here into western Oklahoma. And then into western portions or southwestern North Carolina, south of the I-40 corridor, south of the Marion area here in North Carolina, towards Forest City and east of Lake Lure, approaching Interstate 26 here. The storm's moving due south at 15 miles per hour, so rather slowly, but moving toward the Interstate 26 corridor there. This warning goes in effect till 7:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, so to consider that as well. If you live near the Forest City, Rutherfordton, Spindale, Bostic, Green Hill, and Caroline areas as well. Some minor hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to trees and power lines, especially considering that 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 1-inch size hail, which would be quarter-size hail across this area, just east of Lake Lure and approaching Forest City, Rutherfordton, and then getting down towards the Highway 74 and Interstate 26 corridor as we get towards the North Carolina and South Carolina border there. Thanks, everybody, for joining the live stream. Let's put the lightning tracker back on this as well, because look at all the lightning across the Carolinas, eastern and middle Tennessee. We got some electrical storms just to the north and east of the Nashville area, so near Lebanon, getting over just west of Cookeville and middle Tennessee here. You're probably seeing some flashes of lightning and some loud claps of thunder across this region right now. Some heavy rainfall. Actually, some much-needed rainfall for sure, too, as we kind of getting into a drought across these areas. And let me show you that here as well. The new drought monitor did come out. The new drought monitor was released here just yesterday on July 7th. They come out with the drought monitor of the National Drought Mitigation Center every single Thursday afternoon. And this is the drought monitor here for this week. We're seeing a lot more of the moderate drought here and even abnormally dry, which is a minor drought category, starting to really starting to become more numerous across the eastern United States here of late. A lot of drought continuing across portions there of California, Nevada, much of Utah, and then here across especially those hot areas that have been just so dry and hot lately across New Mexico and into especially West Texas there, into Central Texas. Definitely seeing that extreme and exceptional drought starting to develop. It looks like here on this map, just looking at it by the naked eye, we definitely see, I think, North Dakota is the only state in the United States without a drought status right now in any part of the state. So that is interesting. Everywhere else has at least a spot or two with at least a minor drought, which is, categorized as abnormally dry or a moderate drought or higher. So we'll definitely have to watch that. Although I would note that the new drought monitor, when it did come out, is actually showing a little bit of improvement across the four corners around Arizona and portions there of New Mexico and up into Colorado there with that kind of the monsoonal flow into those areas. So that is some good news. So we'll take a look at that drought monitor next Thursday again when they release it, and we'll see what's improved and what's worsened. I do unfortunately expect, as I zoom out the radar here, much of this area here from the central and southern, Great Plains to probably worsen, unfortunately. I mean, yes, you'll see some rain showers and storms from time to time, but it does appear the way that the Climate Prediction Center is forecasting, another large and expansive ridge of high pressure is going to start to build and expand as we head towards the middle and end of July. And really, the dog days of summer here are coming up as well, as I call it, from late July through mid-August. And we're really going to be heating things up across the United States here during that period. And that drought will continue to worsen as well. So that is something we definitely have to watch out for across this region for sure. Again, I'm hard working for you guys out here this afternoon and evening. Just just getting to all the warnings and all the information you need here to stay safe out there, and everything you need to know as well. If you need to know even more, definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel as well at Weather on the Go. Just press the subscribe button down below. Also like the live stream down below as well. Definitely appreciate everybody joining today and doing so. Let's get in here into portions of Montana. We got another warning here west of Great Falls. Kind of pointed, the polygon's kind of pointed toward the Great Falls area right now. We see, let's see, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail, so you got that 1-inch hail, kind of a baseline severe thunderstorm. So for the Augusta area, Bowman's Corner, Nylon Reservoir, and also Bean Lake, definitely watching this potential here. Moving east at 35 miles per hour, so definitely watch out for some severe weather in northwestern Lewis and Clark counties here. That's interesting. Northwestern Lewis and Clark counties here in Montana. Oh, that's funny. Until 6:45 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So just west of Great Falls. Again, that watch box for west central Montana goes in effect till 10 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So we'll continue to watch that. Looks like we got a new warning down here into portions of Oklahoma. So let's get to that. Kind of a line segment here. 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail till 7 o'clock Central Daylight Time. Near the Camargo area, moving southeast at 5 miles per hour. So these storms are nearly stationary or moving very slowly, around 5 to 10 miles an hour today. They're not moving very quickly. Again, 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts and that quarter-size hail. And just to the west, another storm, the half-dollar size hail, the 60-mile-per-hour wind gust threat. That storm looks like it is stationary. So probably dropping some very heavy rainfall near the Crawford and Durham area into far western Oklahoma, right along the Oklahoma and Texas Panhandle state line there. Most of these storms are happening to the east and northeast of Amarillo, kind of down the line here into Oklahoma, right along the Interstate 40 corridor. Again, I'll most likely be going live as we head into tomorrow as well, covering more severe weather as I look at the Storm Prediction Center here. This is, pick your spot on the map. This is the rest of today's outlook here. The Storm Prediction Center's outlook here for today. We got a couple slight risk areas, one for Montana, and then one extending over here into portions of western North Dakota as we have kind of storms growing upscale into an MCS cluster. So that is interesting as well as we head through the rest of today. We have another slight risk across the lower Ohio Valley for much of Kentucky into downstate Indiana and Illinois. Also far northern Tennessee as well as the foothills and of the Missouri area as well. Seeing that slight risk here of severe weather the rest of today. And then as we fast forward here to tomorrow, we have another area that we're watching here for a slight risk of severe weather on their day 2 outlook here across those same areas of much of Montana, getting in through much of North Dakota here and into far northwestern Minnesota. We do have a 2% chance here tornadoes across far northeastern North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota tomorrow afternoon. So we got to watch out for some supercell thunderstorms across those areas. And then we got that significant 15% hatched wind risk across these areas into eastern and northeastern Montana into western North Dakota. Definitely could be talking about some damaging straight line winds over 75 miles per hour. So that is some very significant damaging winds that we'll be watching for tomorrow as well as a significant 15% hatched area for some large hail that could be 2 inches or larger. So that golf ball size hail or larger potential. We potentially could be seeing, hailstones up to tennis ball size as we head into tomorrow afternoon and evening. So that is definitely not out of the realm of possibility across eastern Montana into western North Dakota. And again, that marginal risk kind of extends down into South Dakota and western portions of Minnesota as well. And then we got that large marginal risk here finally extending into Texas. Maybe we can get some storm action here across North Texas. Of course, you don't want the severe weather, but we definitely could, they could value off of some of the rainfall across these areas. Also kind of a general thunderstorm risk across these areas here of northern portions of Colorado extending all the way down into much of New Mexico, eastern Arizona, some general garden variety type storms here. And then that, like I said, that large marginal risk area across most of the southeast United States here from middle and eastern Tennessee through the Virginia area. So Richmond, Virginia, Raleigh once again, getting down towards Columbia, South Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia. All these areas could be impacted here. Jackson, Mississippi, the Birmingham area, Mobile, Alabama, as well as the northern Florida panhandle here. So the Panama City Beach area, the Jacksonville Beach area, could all be impacted here tomorrow by severe weather. Again, the tornado risk looks to be highest, that 2% area across northwestern Minnesota and far northeastern portions of North Dakota. And then we have that significant hatched wind risk here, that 15% chance of the 75% mile per hour wind gust threat or higher across this area. And then the hail risk pretty significant again, with that 2-inch or larger hailstone, maybe up to tennis ball size potentially across east central Montana, getting into western North Dakota as well. So that will be something to watch as we head into your Saturday afternoon and evening across these areas. And that is as a shortwave trough will continue to kind of propagate to the east here off the Pacific Northwest, kind of slowly meander to the east here as we head through the early portion and middle portion of next week, and then drop southeast here towards the Ohio Valley. Along with it, could be bringing more severe weather even on Sunday. This is Sunday's outlook here. Again, pushing farther to the east with the shortwave trough, and this is what you can expect for your Sunday. Slight risk across portions there of Minnesota into the eastern Dakotas, particularly across southeastern North Dakota and northeastern and eastern portions there of South Dakota. Then you got a marginal risk extending down towards the Sioux City area here in Iowa, just northwest of Des Moines, through much of Wisconsin, so like the Eau Claire areas, and getting up toward the western UP of Michigan, northeastern Nebraska, and central Dakotas. Definitely watching for an isolated, strong, damaging wind risk, large hail risk here as well. I would imagine at least probably a 2% tornado risk here added in, especially across northern and central Minnesota in the next Outlook update, and we'll have to wait and see. The slight risk on Sunday could be expanding. We could have maybe a small enhanced risk. We'll have to wait and see what the Storm Prediction Center does decide to do, but definitely the signal is there for on your Saturday. This is Saturday's outlook. Probably not an enhanced risk on your Saturday, but we'll have to wait and see. And then here, probably the higher day, I think, with severe weather coverage will probably be on Sunday, at least what I'm looking at now with the model forecast. With that slight risk, we could have a smaller enhanced risk introduced here in the future updates as we head in towards that Sunday time frame. So that is something to watch. Again, if you're just tuning in, thank you very much for joining. Thanks for all the likes down below and everybody joining here as well, and all the subscribers out there subscribing. And this is the Eastern Pacific here, kind of moving over toward the tropical side of things here right now. You can see this is actually was Hurricane Bonnie, now Tropical Storm Bonnie. Very small looking system here as I'm circling it right now with the mouse. You can definitely see here kind of a spinning across portions of the open waters of the Eastern Pacific Basin. This is going to be pushing off to the west. It's approaching cooler and colder waters across the Eastern Pacific. A lot of upswelling here of the waters in this area, definitely leading to less than ideal environment for this system. The National Hurricane Center is actually watching a couple of waves across the just off the southwestern Mexican coast here as well. One of these waves actually have a 70% chance here in the next 5 days of development, and a 40% chance in the next 48 hours, the next 2 days of development across portions of the Eastern Pacific, just south and east of where Bonnie was, and then moving over the open waters to the west once again. And then another investigation area here with a 20% chance of development the next 5 days, just to the west here of the Central American coast and south of the Mexican coast here as well, moving over the open waters of the Eastern Pacific. So the Eastern Pacific is very active right now, and I expect it to be so here as we move forward. Because if you look at the temperature anomalies here across the Eastern Pacific, I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Let me know if you can. But you definitely can see some blues in here. That's some upswellings here of all the storm action that they've had recent across the Eastern Pacific. And the storms continue to kind of develop in these areas here of warmer water off the coast here of the Baja of California and western portions of the Mexican coast, and move westward. Look at how warm the Gulf of Mexico is here. As long as we don't have any storm action across the Gulf of Mexico, we'll really start to heat things up here over the next, several days. And we definitely could be talking about some, a potential, hurricane developing in this environment if we can have a tropical development here in this area. So we'll have to watch, wait and see. The Caribbean starting to warm up. Also some cooler anomalies across the southern Atlantic Basin. Those will be warming up here as we head into the next few days and several days here as well. And look at the favorable, sea surface temperatures as well, up towards the higher upper echelon here of the probabilities here of, more favorable conditions on the sea surface. We got 90-degree temperatures, sea surface temperatures across right along the immediate coastline here of the Gulf of Mexico. And that is very favorable for rapid development if we could have some storms develop in that area. Starting to get more favorable across the Caribbean as well as the western Atlantic Basin. So we'll have to watch that. We'll have to always watch some of these waves that come off of Africa here to see if we have any storms during that time as well. So that is something to watch. And as we go up here to the climatology tab here as well, you can see that as we head through the eastern Atlantic, the eastern Pacific basin here, we're starting to get toward the peak time frame of all the tropical storms and hurricanes out there. So that is very interesting as well. And that kind of stays kind of at the highest, the peak of it here actually peaks as we head toward the fall months in early September, and then kind of starts to tail off very quickly towards the early winter months. But this is for the Eastern Pacific Basin here. Climatologically speaking, we're getting towards the active period here of more tropical systems developing across the Eastern Pacific as we head into that time frame. And then same thing here even for the Atlantic. We're still well ahead of the main, target area, climatologically speaking, of all these tropical systems developing. We're right about here. And we still got a long ways to go until we peak. We don't peak until portions of September and early October, so that's really when the Atlantic basin starts to peak with tropical development. So we're still well ahead of that. So I do think we'll have a lot more named storms, especially as we get toward August and September. I think are going to be very active months ahead across the Atlantic, the Caribbean, the Bay of Campeche, as well as the Gulf of Mexico here as well, and possibly even the east coast of the United States making landfall is kind of the target zone, I'm thinking, as we head towards that August and September timeframe as well. Again, we're still well ahead of that as we move into the next, several weeks here. Also looking here at the climatology here as well, the origin points of where these storms start to develop across these areas. You can see a lot of these here are kind of, right along, we're kind of on par with what we see here right now with development with those investigation areas and the development of Bonnie here as well, kind of moving across here Central America, and then in portions here the open waters. And a lot of these systems like to develop over the open waters right off the coastline of Mexico, the Baja of California, off to the western coast here of the Central Americas, and this will push off to the west as well into the open waters, so that is kind of right on par of what we see. And then as we move into the Atlantic side of things, the Gulf, we start seeing more storms kind of closer to land, but then even some of these, African waves, these open waves that move off Africa and move to the west, the southern Atlantic here, getting into the portions of the western Atlantic, we definitely have to watch these areas as well for some development over the next couple of days and weeks as well. Not seeing any major waves over this area now, but we definitely could be seeing some some very high impact events as we have that warm waters, as I was showing you again, over portions of the Gulf of Mexico here as well. And then you can see the very favorable percentile here as well on the upper echelon here of the chart for some, potential of some, development across these areas over the next several weeks and months ahead. So that is something to watch. So that's kind of a tropical update for all you guys on there. I hope you appreciate me going over that. Again, I do go over that on my videos, so if you can benefit from that as well, definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel and drop the like below. I definitely appreciate it. We got an extension of the warning just to the south here of the Festus, Missouri, and just actually south of Farmington, Missouri area toward Fredericktown. This is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail across this zone. Moving to the east at 30 miles an hour, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. Knoblik around 6:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time, so within the next 10 to 11 minutes. Definitely heed the warning there. Definitely have a severe storm coming your way. Fredericktown, Junction City, and Cobalt will also be impacted by the storm. This is for northern Madison County and south central St. Francois County here in southeastern Missouri until 7:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So do watch this, as it will eventually be approaching and moving over the Highway 67 area that runs north-south through southeastern Missouri, and eventually approaching the Interstate 55 corridor eventually as well. This is pointed toward the Cape Girardeau area as well. So we'll have to watch this over the next several minutes and hours ahead. Still watching all the severe weather across western portions of Oklahoma. Watching all the severe weather across western portions of North Dakota, or North Carolina rather. I know we're just covering so many areas here today. We have 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, half-inch size hail, so just below, quarter inch of hail, so some half-inch size hail. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts is the main threat. This is until 8:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. A storm is located 10 miles southeast of Ronda or near Buck Shoals. moving due south at 20 miles per hour. Again, Harmony, Love Valley, Turnersburg, Olin, Union Grove, Cool Springs, and Scotts are all in line with the potential for some roof, tree, and siding damage and power damage with the storm. Right along the Interstate 77 corridor, kind of pointed toward the Harmony area again and down towards the Statesville area here. If you live in that area in western North Carolina, definitely could have some severe weather here rather shortly with that damaging, rush of wind coming out of the downdraft of that, of the thunderstorm. Hey, Michaela, how you doing? Good Friday afternoon to you out there. Hope you're having a great Friday out there, and thanks for joining. Hey, hello, Unexplained Videos. Thank you for joining as well. Appreciate you being interactive in the live chat. Again, I appreciate everybody being interactive in the live chat today. Definitely appreciate that. And also drop a like down below and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That'll definitely help out. Definitely appreciate it. Unexplained Video says, is the Evansville, Indiana area going to get storms today? So let me zoom out for you here and show you. Right now, Evansville, Indiana, you're quiet. But it looks like as we head towards your west into southern and downstate Illinois, towards the St. Louis and Carbondale area, just to the west of Interstate 57 here in south central Illinois, you're seeing some storm action right now. It looks like this will start to push to towards your area here rather soon. Let's look at the HRRR of what we expect toward this area as we head toward the afternoon here. It does a good job of showing the storms here during the evening time frame right now. Looks like Evansville, Indiana, looks like you might get some storms as we head in towards the mid to late evening hours. So if you, here in the next few hours, Unexplained Videos, yeah, you could have some severe weather potentially across your area here with some damaging straight line winds and some large hail potential. The tornado risk is there, but it's probably not very high as this looks like more of a line segment coming through your area, kind of a line of storms. Hey, Got Changed. Thank you for joining the live stream and also the live chat and being interactive on here today. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Allie's my best friend. There you go. Thanks for joining this afternoon. Hope everybody's having a great Friday afternoon and evening out there. I guess it's evening now. I keep saying afternoon. Afternoon for some on the west coast of the United States, I think. But for me here, good evening, everybody. And if you have not already, definitely smash that like button down below, press the like button down below, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not already. I have daily weather forecast update videos for you guys that I publish on YouTube every single morning, so definitely, if you can benefit from that, definitely consider subscribing down below, pressing that subscribe button. Very much appreciated. We're only 22 away from 200 subscribers, so thanks for everybody subscribing and liking below. Definitely appreciate it. Again, I don't skip anybody's comments, questions, and concerns below. So definitely, if you have any comments, questions, and concerns, do drop them below in the live chat. So the Evansville, Indiana area, we could have kind of an arcing band. We could actually have a flash flooding risk across the Evansville, Indiana area here as well. If you're still on the chat or the live stream here, yeah, I definitely could be seeing some flash flooding potential across downstate Indiana, maybe southeastern Illinois, western and northern Kentucky as we head towards the Saturday morning time frame with kind of what we call training of thunderstorms. They move over the same areas here, kind of like a train. If you think of a train here with all the train cars moving over the same location because you're on the same tracks, this is what we could expect here with the storms, kind of on the same, over the same locations over and over again, and that's why we call it training of thunderstorms. Some good questions in the chat today. I definitely appreciate it. Again, no question's a dumb question. Every question is important to me, and I definitely will answer all of your questions here in the chat as well. Again, in the future, I do look forward to actually showing my face here on the live streams. So that's what I'm probably going to be doing here eventually later this summer or early this fall. I'm getting kind of some of the stuff worked out for that, kind of a webcam and all that stuff set up. We got another severe thunderstorm warning. This is into portions of southern and southeastern Alabama, south of the Montgomery area. This is for 60 mile per hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. This is moving due south pretty slowly here, about 10 miles per hour to the south. This was near Highland Home, or 13 miles north of Laverne. Rutledge, Petrie, Rutledge, Petrie, and Highland Home are impacted by the storm. Could have some roof, siding, and tree damage, even some power line damage. Again, with that 60-mile-per-hour hail threat, or 60, I keep saying hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind threat, and the hail threat as well. I'm talking so fast today, trying to get through all the warnings here. I'm mixing up the wind and hail threat here. But I definitely am giving you the accurate warnings. Southwestern portions here of Georgia, just south of the Albany area, definitely seeing another severe thunderstorm warning here. Located 11 miles south of Newton. So if you are 11 miles south of the Newton, Georgia area, this is going to be moving south about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So moving south at 10 miles per hour right now. Veda, Hogarth Hill, Branchville, Hopeville, and Harrell's Still are all impacted by the potential for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and nickel-sized hail. Again, this warning does expire at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, so heed the warning if you live in northeastern Decatur County, northwestern Grady County, southwestern Mitchell County, and southwestern Baker County here in southwest Georgia. Definitely heed the warning. Again, this goes in effect until 8:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Again, thank you everybody for joining the live stream and sticking with me here this evening. I definitely appreciate that. Appreciate everybody. We got that storm to the south and east here of Chattanooga, kind of a little line segment here, producing severe weather. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning here along a line extending from near Ottawa, I think that's how you pronounce it, Ottawa to Boydton and Chickamauga, moving east at 15 miles per hour. It's radar indicated here, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail, that 1-inch hail that we look for in severe weather. That is definitely what we could expect here. Again, Ringgold, Fort Oglethorpe, so let me start over. Locations impacted include Ringgold, Fort Oglethorpe, Chickamauga, Varnal, Tunnel Hill, Cohutta, Wood Station, Indian Springs, Graysville, Blue Spring, the Boynton area, Beaumont, Rock Spring, East Ridge, Appleton, and Fairview. All of these areas here can be impacted by the severe thunderstorm warning to the south and southeast of Chattanooga, Tennessee. This is across far northwestern portions of Georgia, and it's going to generally move to the north of Dalton unless we see here north of the Dalton area here, right along and crossing over the Interstate 75 corridor toward the Ringgold area and Tunnel Hill and Varnal. Within the next few minutes. Unless we see some back building to this line, Dalton probably will see the storm move off just to the north of the Dalton, Georgia area. Right now, Atlanta, you're dry in the Atlanta metro area. Still watching some storms. We got some return lightning strikes across this area right now. The lightning summary on. You got some storms just to your north. We're watching toward the Johns Creek area and then down over towards Cartersville on the northwestern side there of the Atlanta metro. No severe warnings with those, however. And then as I zoom out a little bit, look at all the lightning returns here across the southeast and the east coast here. A lot of lightning here, a lot of electrical thunderstorms out there, a lot of instability to feed off of. So definitely seeing a lot of lightning out there for sure from all of these storms. Let's see here. Yeah, we got another warning here, downstate Illinois. This includes Carbondale, another kind of line segment here. This is a severe thunderstorm located near DeSoto, Illinois, or near Murfreesboro, Illinois. This is moving southeast at 35 miles per hour, so more to the east-southeast at 35 miles per hour. Again, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and nickel-sized hail potential here. Expect some damage to the roof, siding, trees, and the power damage. This is actually moving over the Carbondale and DeSoto, Illinois area right as we speak. So right now you're seeing the impacts from that severe thunderstorm, that 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and the nickel-sized hail threat over Carbondale, the city of Carbondale, Illinois, and DeSoto, Illinois right now as we speak. The Royalton and Hearst areas here within the next 5 minutes, 6:50. In Cambria here at about 10 minutes here at 6:55 p.m. And that's all Central Daylight Time. Also Huron, Illinois, Illinois, Carterville, Craneville, Energy, Johnston City, and Marion, Illinois as well. This includes the Interstate 57 corridor in Illinois between mile markers 49 and 66. So this is downstate Illinois towards the Marion area. And this will be crossing Interstate 57 here rather soon between Benton, between the Benton area, and then as you get down here towards the Goreville and Marion area here as well in Illinois, southern Illinois. So we're definitely watching that potential here. We got a couple warnings across this area. This is all to the south and east here of St. Louis. And then as we look north here to central and east central Illinois, if I put the lightning on here again, just some lightning returns across the Springfield area, the capital of Illinois, getting over towards Decatur, Bloomington normal, just to the east there. And just some scattering of some showers and storms nonetheless across Illinois here, lingering around. Let's see if I can put some lightning on this here. Yeah, just a couple lightning returns across northwestern Iowa near the Spencer area, between Sioux Center and Spencer. Near Sheldon, Iowa, definitely could be seeing some, some rumbles of thunder, some flashes of lightning occasionally with those. Those are not severe though. Just kind of getting along here around to all the severe warnings. We got a lot more severe thunderstorm warnings in Colorado now. One to the southeast of the Denver metro, near the Parker, Colorado area. This is for just 1-inch quarter-size hail. Again, this storm is not moving at all. This is stationary near their Apropos area, the Apropos Park. Again, this will be around Parker here as we speak right now. So this is in the Parker area for that quarter-size hail, that 1-inch hail threat. This goes in effect until 6:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. This is for northeastern Douglas County, northwestern Elbert County, as well as south central Apropos County here as well in northeast Colorado. Just to the southeast of Denver, and also to the west of Denver, near the Idaho Springs area, right along the Interstate 70 corridor here, where we are seeing kind of in the upper elevations, a little bit of a severe thunderstorm here with some quarter-size hail, that 1-inch hail threat, moving due south here at 10 miles per hour. So Idaho Springs, Blue Valley, and Floyd Hill could be impacted. This is in east central Clear Creek County here in central Colorado. This warning goes in effect until 6:15 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. And then as we zoom out here and move down toward the south and east, we got another warning here south and west of Colorado Springs for the Canyon City area. This was located 10 miles southeast of Victor, or 19 miles southwest of, like I said, southwest of the Colorado Springs area. This is moving kind of in a weird direction. It is moving more to the southwest. So this storm is moving southwest right now at 15 miles per hour, so pretty slowly. This is for 60 mile per hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail. So Penrose here at 6:10 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Florence and Canyon City around 6:30 here, Mountain Daylight Time here. So you got a little bit until the storm moves in, but very slow mover here to the southwest at 15 miles per hour. Again, we're watching some of these storms across the Texas Panhandle here into the Oklahoma area. We got a severe thunderstorm warning in far Oklahoma, western Oklahoma here, just pretty much stationary near the Durham area into far western Oklahoma. 60 mile per hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail, just a little over an inch in diameter near the Crawford and Durham area. This goes in effect until 7 o'clock Central Daylight Time. Again, if anybody has any questions or anything in the chat, definitely be on guard to just be aware of all the warnings out there. Heed the warnings if you live in any of these areas. And also, if you are in the chat here, don't hesitate to ask any questions or comment in the chat, or state any of your concerns, as well as I'll be going through all of the comments. You live up near the Chicagoland area as well, huh? I'm going to be doing a forecast for Northern Illinois on my video update. So if you can benefit from that, got change, I definitely will be doing that in my daily weather videos here starting tomorrow. I'm going to be doing Toronto, Canada, and Northern Illinois for my 3 to 5 day weather forecast on my videos at the very end of my videos. So do tune in for that. Also got a warning here. This is just to the west of Canton, in western portions of Oklahoma. Again, 60 mile per hour wind gusts, penny-size hail. This is moving south very slowly, crawling south at 5 miles per hour. Tologa, Leedy, Camargo, and Putnam are impacted by this here. It does say remain alert for possible tornadoes, as tornadoes obviously do, and they can develop very quickly from severe thunderstorms. So that is something to watch. We got a tornado possible tag on this storm as well. Again, 60 mile per hour wind gusts, penny-size hail, and a tornado possible tag on the storm here into western portions of Oklahoma. This warning goes in effect here until 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. This is for southwestern Dewey County and western Oklahoma, just to the south and west here of Sealing. Looks like the storms near the Oklahoma City proper area pretty much just fizzled out here over the last few minutes here. I'll move this and you can see how it just fizzled out as it moved to the northeast. We're just seeing some showery activity near the Oklahoma City area, maybe a flash or two of lightning here across that area as well, especially to your north and east toward the Chandler area, Guthrie, getting up toward Edmond, and Choctaw as well. But other than that, not seeing any severe weather there anymore. We are seeing some scattered, potentially heavy downpour producing thunderstorms near the Lawton area, Fort Sill, Oklahoma, getting down towards the Red River here toward Wichita Falls. So that is something we're watching, as well as over towards the Lubbock area, kind of right over the Interstate 27 corridor in the panhandle here of Texas. So that is something to watch as well. And then as I zoom out, look at all the lightning across the United States. Pretty focused across the Texas Panhandle into portions of New Mexico, western Mexico as well as southern and central Illinois, and then a lot of lightning across the southeastern United States as well. Okay, we'll join soon. Thanks, no problem. Loud and clear. All right, sounds good. Sounds good. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Got changed. Thank you. Again, I'll be doing weather, like I said, weather forecasts at the end of my video for Toronto, Canada, and for the northern Illinois vicinity as well at the end of my weather forecast every single morning, my daily weather forecast videos. So do tune in for that, anybody that lives in those areas, as I will be doing accurate weather forecasts for northern Illinois vicinity and Toronto, Canada, for my daily weather forecast videos every single morning. So if you can benefit from that, definitely subscribe down below and also tune into those daily weather forecast videos as well. A lot of lightning even up here in the western portions of Montana as well as a couple severe thunderstorm warnings here, as well as some lightning into towards the just north of Boise, Idaho. So we'll zoom in. We got a conglomerate of warnings here. We got a pretty good looking hail core. Let me take all these watches and warnings off real quick to show you this. We can see kind of a little bit of a white little dot there in that updraft of that storm. We are seeing a little bit of a hail core. The new return, it just came through. It kind of weakened a bit. But you can see that white dot there, some very heavy rain and some big hail. And that is actually for ping pong ball size hail. So that's why we saw that white dot, is we could have, had briefly golf ball size hail, but some ping pong ball size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gust threat with the storm moving east here at 20 miles per hour. Tiber Dam is definitely impacted by this. This goes in effect here until 6:15 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time for southwestern Liberty and southeastern Toole County. To the north, we got another couple warnings here. This is for tennis ball size hail. Wow. So yeah, we're getting a lot of big hail across this area. Northern Liberty County and east central Toole County until 6:15 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time here for the next 20 minutes or so. You have the potential of tennis ball size hail and 70 mile per hour wind gusts. This storm is moving quickly to the northeast at 50 miles per hour. So areas impacted here will be across mainly the rural areas of northern Liberty and east central Toole counties here in Montana. So definitely to the east of Interstate 15, to the northeast of Shelby, and northwest of Chester, Montana, and far northern Montana up near the Canadian border, we're seeing the potential of tennis ball size hail and 70 mile per hour wind gusts here with that thunderstorm. Very, very, very damaging thunderstorm there. Just imagine tennis balls, dropping out of a thunderstorm updraft all the way to the ground with 70 mile per hour winds whipping that around. That is not good. We could have some, siding damage. We could have some roof damage. We could have some window damage. So you don't want to stand by the windows here and have a tennis ball thrown your way with the winds whipping around like they are here at 70 miles per hour and with that tennis ball size hail potential. Definitely something that is very dangerous here to anybody outside, even some pets, even pets as well. Don't want to have them outside during any severe thunderstorms for sure. Very dangerous for them, and very dangerous for us. We're really starting to light up here in Illinois, here southeastern Illinois, with some warnings near the Mount Vernon area. Mount Vernon, Illinois, we got a severe warning for 60 mile per hour wind gusts and penny size hail. This is moving east at 35 miles per hour. Again, the Woodlawn area here is getting impacted right now at 6:55 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Like I said, Mount Vernon and Blueford are all impacted. This is for Interstate 57 in Illinois between mile markers 84 and 105. So again, Interstate 57 in Illinois between mile markers 84 and 105. Interstate 64 in Illinois between mile markers 63 and 90. This is moving east at 35 miles an hour. And then another severe warning off to the north and east here. This is for the Olney area, just south of the Newton area in Illinois. This is in Illinois. 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter size hail, so that 1-inch hail, 60 mile per hour wind gust potential. This goes in effect until 7:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the next half hour or so. This is moving southeast at 25 miles per hour. This is near the Bogota area, or 8 miles south of Newton. So if you live in Dundas or West Liberty around 7:05 p.m. Central Daylight Time, you can be impacted. So about the next 9 to 10 minutes here, be ready there for some impacts from the 60 mile per hour wind gust potential, as well as that quarter size hail. Also areas here of Olney and Claremont also impacted by this storm as well. So thank you everybody for joining. Definitely leave your comments, questions, concerns below in the chat. I'll definitely get to each one of your questions, comments, and concerns. Also, if you have not liked the live stream down below, definitely press that like button. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. We're at 178 subscribers. If you could very much do so, please hit that subscribe button as well. Trying to help me get to 200 subscribers. That would be very much appreciated. I thank everybody for joining on this Friday evening. Thankfully, it's Friday, everybody. Thankfully, it's Friday. We got a lot more severe weather tomorrow, though, across the northern plains from Montana to the east across North Dakota. I'll show you that here at the Storm Prediction Center's outlook here. We got a slight risk from east central, just really much of Montana, all the way through basically the entire state of North Dakota and a far northwestern sliver there of Minnesota. So we're watching that for your day tomorrow on your Saturday. We got the 2% chance of tornadoes across far northeastern North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota here during that time frame as well as a 15% hatched area. Within that 15% area of damaging winds, we have a hatched area of wind, so a 15% chance of 75 mile per hour wind gusts or higher across this area into eastern Montana, as well as western North Dakota as we head into your Saturday afternoon and evening, as well as a 15% chance hatched area of 2-inch or larger hail, so those golf ball size hail. And like we're seeing with the warning now in portions of Montana, we could have a repeat performance with the potential of up to around tennis ball size hail as we head into your Saturday afternoon and evening. So that will be something to watch as well. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thanks, everybody, for joining. That is a big help out there. Just trying to keep everybody safe as much as I can. We got another, large marginal risk across the southeast all the way down here into central Texas tomorrow. Probably not a lot of coverage here, at least into the central Texas portion, especially since you're in the drought. Not a lot of moisture being fetched into that area, but definitely can't rule out a few isolated strong or severe storms. The higher coverage, I think, with more scattered thunderstorms will be across the southeast with some isolated embedded instances of strong and severe weather. But we'll just have to watch that as we head into the day tomorrow. Looking here at the central United States, kind of around the Illinois Valley and the Missouri Valley, down through the Ohio Valley region, this is what we can expect as we head here into, let's see, the updated version of this. As we head through the next few hours, we got some storms, maybe some nasty storms with some damaging wind potential as we see more, severe thunderstorm warnings starting to increase across southeastern Illinois right now. This will be kind of propagating its way to the south and east, getting into portions potentially around the Evansville area into the overnight hours. So we'll have to watch that. Maybe some, flash flooding potential across downstate Indiana around the Evansville area, getting toward Louisville as we head in towards the overnight period. Definitely have to watch for the hydro issues with the heavy rainfall threat there. And then this will kind of move off to the east very slowly here across Kentucky and middle and eastern Tennessee. Maybe kind of a cluster of storms, a smaller cluster of storms moving across middle and eastern Tennessee as we head into your Saturday mid-afternoon or so. So that is what we got here going on today and tomorrow. So I hope that helps everybody out there as well. Well, it is 7 o'clock now, and I know there's a lot of warnings here on the map. Well, we definitely have a, let's see here, what's this storm doing? Okay, so yeah, we do have a long day tomorrow. We're going to have a lot of, a lot of coverage of severe weather potentially in the northern plains tomorrow afternoon and evening, especially during the late afternoon and evening. We still have that tennis ball size hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gust threat there until 6:15 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time for the next 14 minutes here. Mainly over the rural locations here of northern Liberty County and east central Toole County and northern Montana, near the the Canadian and the Canadian and Montana border. So that is definitely something we're watching. Let's look here at the longer range of what we think here will happen as we head through the rest of the next couple of weeks here before we kind of wind down this live stream here for today, as we have another long day of severe weather tomorrow to cover for you guys. Again, if you do want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, do press the the subscribe button down below. Do like this live stream here if you do love here kind of what I do give for you guys here, kind of the accurate weather. I do daily weather forecast videos here, so I definitely appreciate everybody subscribing and liking the live stream and being interactive in the chat. Definitely much appreciated. Hope everybody's, like I said, is having a great Friday afternoon and evening out there. I know it's the evening hours. Still afternoon on the West Coast. And then as we move here through, as we head towards tomorrow, we got that severe weather here, maybe an organizing convective system developing, at least according to the European model, for tomorrow afternoon across portions of the Dakotas there, especially North Dakota, and then racing across into northern Minnesota here towards the Sunday afternoon time frame. We'll have to wait and see if we get an MCV or a mesoscale convective vortex with that. That could kind of enhance the wind shear even further across this region. Then as we head towards Sunday afternoon, watching another kind of convective system that'll drop southeast into the better instability with that slight risk across Minnesota and the eastern Dakotas here on Sunday. Then as we head into Monday, there's been a little bit of a signal here of some, isolated showers and storms trying to fight off the capping inversion across this area. And what I mean by capping inversion is that as you go up in the atmosphere into the mid and upper levels, there's probably going to be a cap, especially near the mid levels of the atmosphere on Monday, which means that you have a warm layer aloft. You don't have a lot of strong lifting of the air parcels, so you don't have a lot of strong tall updrafts, those 40, 50, 60,000 foot updrafts that you need when you rise those air parcels. So if you have a cap, you don't break through that, or what we call breaching the cap. We could have some isolated severe weather, but if we don't, then we probably won't have much coverage on Monday. We could have an MCS Monday develop, a small MCS near the Chicagoland area and southern Lake Michigan, moving into portions of the northern Ohio Valley and portions of the southern Great Lakes, but we'll have to wait and see. Again, this is kind of where temperatures are looking like. That's the wrong one. The temperatures are looking like here as we head in towards tomorrow. You can see tomorrow's high temperatures. We could be surging into the 90s as far north here as the Dakotas, so a lot of heat out there. Lower 100s across Texas here. And again, I'll be updating this here in my video here tomorrow morning of how much heat there will be. And again, this will continue with 105 to 110 degree heat across Texas, across and into Oklahoma as we head into your Sunday. And then even into the Monday time frame, we have a cold front dropping down here with a trough across the upper Midwest. We got some cooler weather finally across portions there of the Dakotas, especially North Dakota into the Arrowhead of Minnesota. We might not get out of the 60s there as we head into your Monday afternoon, but a lot of heat down in Texas. We got some 110 degree heat plus across east central Texas here, especially from Dallas, Fort Worth, down towards the San Antonio area and back up towards portions of Amarillo up near 105. And then even as we head towards Tuesday, we'll start to break the heat down even further. Some cooler, more seasonable weather conditions are slightly below normal across the Midwest and the northern plains as we head into Tuesday, but still the lower 100s hanging on here from the western Tennessee Valley down through the the mid-south here and into portions of Texas as well, with even some 90s up into eastern New England as we head into your Tuesday. And the GFS still kind of alludes to the same thing. We kind of break that heat down here. You can see the heat starting to break down each day as we head towards that Tuesday time frame. And then the heat starts to build further across the west coast here and into the northern plains during this period. So we'll have to watch that as we head towards the middle of next week. So thanks everybody for watching the live stream. We got a very active day ahead of us tomorrow, so definitely tune in to more of the severe weather coverage and weather forecast discussion for tomorrow afternoon and evening. I plan to go live again around the 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock time frame, so definitely turn on all notifications and remember to be notified for that as we head into late tomorrow afternoon or so. Again, about 4 o'clock time frame is what I think here will be going live tomorrow. So again, turn on all notifications. If you haven't already liked the live stream down below, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel here as well. That definitely helps out here with my YouTube channel, trying to get to 200 subscribers. So please help me out there very much. And I will have a daily weather forecast video for you guys here again tomorrow morning sometime. So definitely tune into that here on my YouTube channel as well. So thanks for joining me, everybody, and I hope everybody has a great rest of your Friday. And if I don't see you tomorrow, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend here, and others that I will see tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow late afternoon. So thank you, everybody, and have a great night out there.